What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Tutto Calcio podcast. Everybody, welcome back, man. We got a nice panel today. We have a special guest with us, and it's a Milan fan, guys. So it's been a little bit rare with Milan fans when we were bringing them on and stuff like that. So big up to Matt Santangelo from that Milan podcast. Well, the half of that. So because of Martino's not here, but big up to Matt. What's going on, man?
It's a pleasure to be on with you guys. I've seen you guys kind of pop up on my timeline quite a bit, and I like to see the kind of diverse panel you got here. You got Atalanta. You don't see many Atalanta fans and content creators,
Nope.
So I guess a special shout out to you. I see some reports that Sarri might be the coach. So
yeah, we'll get into that in a bit.
About that stuff.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna go in terms of questions and stuff like that for you, Matt, and stuff like that. We'll go into the Milan topic. But of course, guys, you guys already know. Make sure to subscribe to both of our channels and stuff like that. Make sure to go subscribe to that Milan podcast as well, and go follow Matt's socials as well. It'll be in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to Tutto Calcio, guys. You guys already know. Share the content as always, because we are on the road to 1,200. So make sure to do that, guys. So we're gonna ask you a couple questions, Matt. How did you become a Milan fan?
So I didn't have the traditional, Calcio story or upbringing of, following Serie A. I was a predominantly big follower and big investor in like the American sports. I mean, baseball, basketball, football growing up. And I just kind of sort of latched on and gravitated towards Milan when Kaká was, kind of bursting onto the scene at Milan, with that kind of the shaggy hair, the whole kind of upright running style, and just being that sort of dynamo for Milan in the attacking sense. So that's really where it started for me. And since then, you kind of start getting curious and looking at the players and the history and what makes Milan Milan. And here we are, right? I'm creating content. I'm doing podcasts, writing about them. You're following them religiously, and I think it's we all have our stories, and that's mine for following Milan.
Wow, man. No, you had a great journey so far. I mean, it's continuing, man. Great to have you on and stuff like that. Great to have you on the show and stuff like that. And guys, I mean, yeah. So what is your most memorable moment as a Milan fan, man?
I mean, it's definitely going to be one of the two Champions League triumphs. I think there's a special place in my heart for 2007, of course, getting that sort of revenge on Liverpool. But, not to take a dig at the Juve fan here, Nick, but winning in 2003, when you beat your rivals, it just feels a little bit better. And so I think probably those two. But I think in more recent years, obviously, it's been the Scudetto, because we've been with this team through the banter era, difficult years, a lot of very mediocre players. And to get to that summit of Italian football and winning it, I cried that day. Me and my brother. My brother's a big Milan fan too. We were watching that game. We saw them batter Sassuolo on the final match day to win, and that was one of those like outpouring moments where you're like, everything just kind of poured out when you see them win that trophy. So that was the more recent one for me.
Matt, I have a quick question for you, buddy. Sorry, you said something really interesting. You said when you beat us in 2003. Luckily, I was 5, so we weren't fully emotionally locked in there. You said if you beat your rivals, would you say Juve's your rival?
I mean, yeah, I think when you kind of put them in the category of when you think Serie A, right, and you think teams that are regularly in competition for trophies and silverware, and I not to insult anybody's team on this podcast, but I think like when people typically talk Serie A, they typically latch onto what Milan, Inter, and Juve are doing, and the strength of Serie A is more times than not on the back of those three teams, historically speaking. I mean, obviously in recent years, a lot of teams have come on strong, like Napoli winning multiple titles and things like that. But yeah, I always considered Juve in that same kind of category as rival. I think it's a different rivalry to what we have with Inter, of course. But yeah, I definitely always considered Juve in that same sort of bracket.
No, I fully agree with you. It's just some people on this podcast panel don't. So it's nice 2 weeks in a row I've heard that. So I'm pretty.
I mean, you guys don't even have a derby. It's not even a derby. The energy when it's Juventus and Milan, you don't even really feel a rivalry type of energy. And your fans both hate Inter. So what you guys do is that you guys are always supporting each other. You guys support each other.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that though, because I think in recent years when Milan have been in the cellar and struggling and things like that, and people have always said, well, why don't other teams in Serie A root for Juve in the Champions League? Why don't they root for Serie A clubs to do well? I never once, truthfully, ever rooted for Juventus to win a title, and I don't think Juventus fans would do that for Milan. If they saw Milan in the Champions League final, I don't think they're sitting here saying, yeah, this is good for the league, because they know damn well they're going to go on Twitter and they're going to hear it from their fan base the entire time.
Okay, so, I really highly doubt that Atalanta also roots for Juventus in the Champions League. I highly doubt that Lazio roots for Juventus in the Champions League. Could we all just call them rivals of
no,
Juventus
but I don't
then?
think that's the only factor. I don't think
No.
that's the only
Hold on, Nick. Hold on a second. I like this topic. This is an interesting topic. Okay, so let's talk about real rivalries. Lazio, Roma. Rivalry. Very well, always spoken about. Inter, Milan. Rivalry.
Yeah.
Real rough rivalry, right? Juventus, Inter. Rivalry, right? All of them have something in common. Derbies. Juventus, Milan. You guys don't even score on each other. When was the last time you guys scored on each other in the match, bro?
It's been a bit.
You got players hugging each other and kissing each other after the game. Who was the one that kissed Modric? Who is the one that went up there and give him a little tap?
That was local.
After breaking his face,
he fractured his skull. To be fair,
For ending his season.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You're talking Modric, like everyone's gonna say they never have a sort of reverence for him and hold him in that same. You know what I'm saying? There's certain players that are they kind of get excluded in that sort of argument, in my opinion.
Yeah,
cool. But we gotta be real. It's not really. Yeah, I agree with you. Well,
I
what are you, a fanboy?
Milan fan.
You're mad today?
Two Milan fans back to
You
back.
all giggly. You see him giggly, smiling.
You know why, Matt? Because all the time, it's not a derby. It's not a derby. Two Milan fans back to back, who, in my opinion, are very knowledgeable about their club.
Yeah,
right?
Nick.
Both of them have said
whatever you say, Nick. Okay,
Yeah,
Nick.
yeah.
Would that make your day that Milan consider you a rival? With that, like
no.
It's
It's more that you've said it with chess for so long, and now you're just being back to back showing weak.
So
Matt, what were you gonna say?
So when people think rivalry, right, you mentioned derbies, and you think that's like the singular component that would make two teams rivals, right? I look at it and think, okay, when you see this match on the calendar, or you see this on a given weekend, why is it always the marquee match? Is it because what would make it the marquee match?
They are the two biggest clubs.
Matt, I agree with you. You, Matt. If these guys would hold the same energy when it's Juventus against Napoli, because when you see that on the calendar, everyone knows that's going to be a very, very rough match. Would you not say that there's a rivalry there? Because you see, rivalries don't always consist of trophies. Because if they consisted of trophies, the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox would never be a rivalry, right? We got 28, they got 6, So, and I'm not going at you, Matt. I'm going at the hypocrites in the room. You know what I mean? So that's what I gotta say. Oh, and in fact, I posted a video of Juventini going crazy in Italy, not Canada, in Italy, going crazy about Spalletti at Juventus, and they're gonna go straight at Napoli and Conte, and gave me some type of rivalry energy there. So rivalry, you're right, Matt. Rivalry consists of many things, not just titles. It also could be environments, different cities, the hatred. That goes outside the sport, I
think it's too. It's like it has to feel organic, especially when it comes to football. And I think like teams, like I don't know. I've always felt a certain type of way when I see like it in MLS. When you see like these new teams, like I know when like New York City FC, for just as an example, came in, and it sort of feels like, well, there's a big rivalry here. I'm like, they were here for a year. Like, how is this a rivalry? Like in the sense of, yes, they're both New York, right? Or like one's technically New Jersey, right? Harrison, New Jersey. The fact that it was like, oh yeah, this is like they kind of framed it as a rivalry. I'm like, on what? Just like geographic location? Like, is it not? Does years and of competition and having those heated matches have any meaning to that, you know? So I think, like, to your point, when you mentioned Napoli, Juve, like, yeah, like, it doesn't have to be just, well, they have more trophies than them, so therefore it's not even a rivalry. It's like, when you see those two teams clash, they have those historic battles, those historic clashes, and things like that.
Pause. You heard that, right, Nick? You heard that, right, Nick? Do you agree? Do you agree there?
Semi-wise, yeah, semi. I do think, though, also, even with your example, when you try
I don't need to hear percentages of how much you agree. No. But what Matt just said is completely true.
Yeah, I agree. True. I agree partially, but like even before you're like, oh yeah, but they don't have the hatred that Milan and Juve have with Inter. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're not a rivalry, for example. Or when you say, would you say Napoli and Juve when they play each other?
Nick, we're not going to take the whole show. No, Nick, we're not going to take the show whole talking about this. He just said that rivalries don't have to do with just titles. He just said rivalries don't have to do with just titles. And that's what I've been trying to explain to you for like the last 3 years. I've been trying to explain that to you. And now all of a sudden you got it. Copy.
You're a big factor. No, I'm saying it's a big factor, though. It is.
Not really. Boston Red Sox, the Boston Red Sox and the Yankees are one of the biggest rivalries in the world. And one has 28 and the other one has 6. Moving on.
Different factors. Even the Napoli one. Napoli is a lot more hated towards Juve than Juve hates Napoli. But you guys are trying to just make it a derby. But I mean,
if you go to Italy and you get the vibe down there, it goes both ways. I mean, Canada's pretty far, and I know you don't feel that vibe, but it's there, bro. Yeah, going on vacation once doesn't make you a freaking expert.
No, I've been to Naples. I've been to Roma. I've ever searched Rome. I've been to up north.
Okay, you're a local. Nick's a local in Italy today.
Local.
It is what it is. Bro. It is what it is.
Local.
So let's move on because we can't stay out. You know, some of the guys have to leave a little bit early today. But I got a question for you, Matt. I think this is going to be probably one of the most important questions running around your fan base. Are you Allegri in or Allegri out?
I mean,
I get the total picture, everything.
I'm gonna say I'm Allegri in, and I know it's like kind of a very unpopular stance and position to take these days because people see the style of football, they see how players have regressed under Allegri, and I'm not saying that's not valid, but I think when you look at what this team is consistently going through year on each summer, squad overhauls, results, and not to mention coming into the season, right, which is what we're judging strictly and having this whole opinion on Allegri from, right? I presented this to everyone on our podcast, me and Martina. I was like, okay, like, I'm going to give you 2 choices. You want the style of football or do you want results, right? Because we played pretty decent football under Pioli, right? I think like during COVID year, like even in the Scudetto year, like Milan played some pretty decent football. They attacked well. They had players that were making the difference. But people were like, well, we can't defend. We can't do this. We don't get the results we need against certain teams. We're getting dog walked against Inter 6-7 times in a row, right? People didn't like that, right? They like, I want to start beating Inter. Okay. So now you're getting a coach in there who this year, they won both games against Inter. They won the game against Napoli with down a guy, right? So you've gotten big results. But now all of a sudden, now we're sick of that. Now we want to play good football. So again, for me, just seeing a team finish 8th place last year, having one of their worst finishes in decades, I can learn to digest some shitty results and some shitty performances that are 1-0. Now, I'm not saying Allegri is faultless in this season. He's made some mistakes with how he's handled certain role players and their roles within the team, but it's a process. If I told Milan fans and this entire panel coming into the season, and Milan are 8th place last year, coming into the season, they didn't really make some mega splashes in the market. Their big marquee signing got injured very early on, and Nkunku was 40 million, and he wasn't really doing anything. They're going to finish 3rd place. Would you take that? And I was like, hell yeah. After finishing 8th place, of course. So I think Allegri, in my opinion, has been a bit of a victim of his own success in the 25 match days. They were in the Scudetto conversation. They were 5 or 6 points off Inter at the January market, and they didn't give him anything. So I don't know. I don't think that's showing serious intent to win by management and ownership. Yet the team is 3rd place. So again, take from that what you will. Now, this isn't a manager that I think you can build a project with long term. I don't think this is a 3, 4, 5-year solution. But was the goal to get you back in the Champions League? Yes. That's always been the goal. And as of right now, with one match day left to play, he's doing that. So that's how I feel.
Now, do you want to keep him next season?
I do, but at the same time, if I'm gonna play, the other side of this argument and say, okay, you know what, I'll Allegri hasn't done enough. We've fallen off a cliff lately. The results have been bad. We haven't scored enough goals. I always ask, okay, who's the logical guy? Like, who's the guy that you think that's available right now that can elevate this team? With the way management is, with the way certain players are, with the way ownership is really showing their true ambition to win titles. And people fumble, and I see in my comments, oh, what about Klopp? What about, you're not getting Klopp. Newsflash, you're not getting him. Because institutionally, he wants control. He wants widespread changes. I want to be able to invest. I want to get this person in there. You ain't getting him. Xabi Alonso, he took the bag with Chelsea, even though they're an absolute disaster too. So who are you getting? Italiano? But then you're going to say, not, and I know he's linked to Napoli, right? Then you're going to say, if he struggles out of the gate, why do they get him? It's coaching Milan's different than Bologna, coaching than Spezia. So there's always something with Milan fans.
Yep.
There's always something. And I guess that's the price that you pay for supporting a team that should have ambitions to win something.
I just wanted to make a couple of points before, give it to the panel.
Yeah.
Because everyone has different opinions when it comes to Allegri and Allegri out for next season for you guys.
Yeah.
I think Allegri has overachieved with that Milan squad. Look at Roma. Roma should be above them. Roma got Milan. Who did Allegri get? Nobody.
Full crew.
Allegri doesn't have really a striker to depend on. He still has you holding third. Also, I think you said he was a victim of his own success. I also think he's a victim of Antonio Conte's success from last season, playing once a week and winning the Scudetto. I think when Allegri was there in second place behind Inter for a while, a lot of fans thought, they didn't want to say it, but they felt that they could win the Scudetto this year with Allegri, right? Because this is a 5-time winning Scudetti winner, Allegri. So I think the expectations got shot up really high for Allegri, and unfortunately, he dropped back. But then again, why did he drop back? I just don't think he had. I think he would have pulled a miracle if he would have won the Scudetto this year with that squad. I just wanted to say, to end my point, I totally would. If there's no one else, like you said, if there's no one out there that's an upgrade, I would totally rock with Allegri into the next season. Go through another transfer window with him, get him some good players, and people that have to leave are actually people in that front office.
Yeah,
like I think some of them are the ones that really have to go. I don't think Allegri is your biggest issue or your biggest problem. But that's what I wanted to say on that. Anybody else? You guys got anything from Matt? Nick, you want anything to say? Because Nick has his own opinions. Look at this guy. Real nice. Came out of your cave, huh? You in your cave? You always got this black background going on. You in a cave? What's going on, bro?
Got the Kanye glasses.
You don't like my setting? You don't like my setting?
It's the cave city.
He's in his villain arc right now.
Yeah.
How's my audio though?
It's better than last few weeks.
Yeah.
But
Especially want to make sure Gio can hear me tonight. Go ahead, Tom.
Okay.
Dom basically hit on what I was gonna say. I think the one major thing holding Milan back has been the striker situation. Because your top scorers are, I think, Pulisic and Leao, but they haven't scored in God knows how long months, right?
Yeah.
Jimenez, because you guys got Jimenez, Fulkrug, and Nkunku. I think if you guys invest well in like getting an actual proper striker. Like who knows, like all the way next season probably. It's gonna be tough.
I just think that too, like people that they don't like to break down where we were last year and kind of compare it to this year because I feel like that's too logical and too sensible. This was a horrible defensive team last year. What did Allegri get? This sort of maverick defender that can transform their defense. He just added another one. They played a 3-man back line, and they're a team that, like obviously they're absolutely dreadful to watch on most match days. But how do you want it fixed? Do you want him to play four in the back? Okay, who are your fullbacks? Estupiñán, disaster.
Yep.
Then you have Bartasaghi, you have Salamakers, and Atakame. Are any of them true fullbacks? Same defensive center backs as last year. Milan need multiple center backs going into the Champions League next year if they do go to the Champions League. They need a striker. So like this is a team that is constantly buying 7-8 players, then selling them or getting rid of them very quickly, which again is a reflection on management, right? On player evaluation and recruitment. That you're having to every summer get a handful of guys out and another handful of guys in. And none of them are solutions and none of them are answers. So again, like I hate to be the biggest defender of Allegri, but I think I've seen horrible Milans. I've seen horrible players. And I know that this team, in my opinion, many people, probably many on this panel, were having Milan as a French Champions League team this year. You guys can go back to your season preview episode, right? Where you're looking at like, yeah, maybe they're 5th. Maybe they're top 4. Maybe they could squeak in because Allegri's, he's shown that he can do it in Serie A.
I had them in the league.
I had them in 4th. That's where I had
but I know a lot of people were like, this team's not that strong. Like, yeah, they're playing once a week, but like, this team isn't that great. It's not that good.
I think that's where you should be.
Yeah.
I think that's where you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the argument was that again they kept getting whooped against Inter. Okay, he won twice. I don't know. Like again, like I look at everything. Like every single argument that people have for past managers. I want to beat Inter. Okay, if that's a priority, he got 2 of those this year. I don't know. Like you guys tell me.
Yeah, no, I mean, even Allegri, I think has done all that he can. I think he's been overachieving with this squad. But again, you could see that there's some negatives.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Gio. I just wanted to point out this comment. This is totally true.
No,
he is the Allegri #1 hater. Not only on this podcast, but in the world. In the world, he is the #1 hater.
I just said he's done his job. He's just done his job. He's done his job. That's what he should do. Your team's good enough to get Champions League, and he did it. So good.
I agree.
Haters.
It's not even hating. I even said like he's done his job. I don't think he's underperformed by any means, but I don't think he's
not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's done well.
Yeah. Every single time a Mike would get in front of Furlani or Tade, top four is the goal. Even when they were kind of clipping at Inter's heels and they were kind of like 5-6 points off, everyone's like, yeah, but top four. That was the goal.
Yeah,
that was the goal the whole time.
That's true.
Yep.
It's like a mugshot, you know what I mean? When you
do
that,
like I think like
he owns the comment, you know what I mean?
You
see what I mean?
Well, you said as well, like you said a lot of very good points, and I know definitely and we said this last week, so I'm going to keep it short. But like obviously, like Dom said, the main issue by far is definitely up top, 100%. And I think honestly, like this squad, don't get me wrong. I think anyone who is going to say, "Oh, with Allegri they'd push for the title," I think that's obviously a huge overestimate. You know what I mean? So I just think he's done his job. Like I think you guys are in an 8th place, even if you are referring to last season, right, where you finished. I don't think he's like. I think your team's definitely better than that. And I think like around Champions League spots, kind of where they are, 3rd, 4th. I think that's good. Like I think that's where he should be, right? And I think also like he definitely needs some help, but. I just don't think he's done anything like exceptional. I think like he's done his job. He's done his job. Like that's.
I think again, it's interesting too because, what I think my expectation of them this year versus what I think it should be every year is totally different. And like I want a team that wins. I want a team that
of course,
right? 100%. Like, but like I'm realistic when it comes to this team, and when I see what they're doing on the market, and I see, hey. January, they're 5-6 points off. Like this team is pretty healthy. They weren't really hit with too many injuries this year. And I'm like, just get him a striker. Just get him a striker and get him a center back.
Yep.
Maybe show some investment. Like, hey, like this is the opportunity to invest in. Maybe we get over the line. Maybe we go on a hot run, and we're in it with Inter at least towards the end.
Yeah.
They hold their hand. I'm like, you know what? Here's a Nick full crew for you. Guy hasn't scored any goals at West Ham.
No, he was horrific.
I don't know what made Joe buy him. Like,
bro looks like he should be playing for the Boston Bruins.
No, he shouldn't even be playing like top 5 league football. And even honestly, I
he
think
was fine at Dortmund.
You guys still had a chance.
Dortmund ever since that Champions League final, he's just been.
I think
he was just suited for Bundesliga balls.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Honestly, I think until the second Juve Inter game, Milan was still in contention for the Scudetto at that point. Like I think that was the game that kind of separated it. Because I think that was a game that easily could have been drop points. I believe you would have been like only a couple behind with a game in hand. Like that would have been a good point to turn, right? And this is where I think people, I'm not pointing to anyone in particular, but I think where they say it's hate is I just don't think that if you keep him, you will win the Scudetto. And like you said, I fully agree. For a club in stature like Milan, the goal should be just like Inter, just like Juve. The goal should be is to win, right? And I don't think he's going to be the person to win it. I think if you want consistency,
no matter who Milan signs, he will never win the Scudetto, no matter how much of a good transfer window that they have.
Are they going to bring
even if they give him a bunch of ballers, he will never win the Scudetto.
Are they going to bring in Kylian Mbappe?
No, I'm asking you. You're saying that Allegri cannot win the Scudetto with Milan. So you're saying that even before entering a transfer window, it don't matter who they sign. Allegri's not going to take him to the promised land.
A very, very, very top of the line specific transfer window.
You are such an Allegri hater.
No, I just do.
Incredible. to say that regardless of who they sign, regardless of how weaker other teams could possibly get, Allegri can never take Milan to the promised.
I think they would need an exceptional transfer window, like genuinely. And you're laughing and you're giggling, but it's true. Like
Kivu just won the Scudetto.
Inter squad is much better than Milan.
I just said, it does not. You said it does not matter who they pick up in the transfer window. So if they stack up a squad, it doesn't matter. You said.
Do they have $500 million this summer? Do they have that much?
You are dancing around. So now it falls onto how much money they have to give Allegri a proper squad.
But that's
you
my
first said that Allegri cannot win the Scudetto.
And here's my thing, right? If you say, you can sign all these players. Allegri, if he's as good as you think he still is, like he was like AC Milan and Juve 1.0, like you don't need a god squad.
No, Nick, listen, Nick.
Even if their team improves, like even right now, right? If Juve, no. If Juve wasn't fucking
all over the place, bro. You're all over the place. You lost my respect on this topic when you said that no matter what happens, Allegri can never win Milan the Scudetto.
I said
then
I don't.
You said, "Oh, they're going to give him a big budget."
I said, I mean, you can play the tape back. I said I don't think he will win a Scudetto with them. I didn't say he like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter what squad they give him. He will never win it.
What squad Milan is going to give him, especially with this leadership? What squad do you think they're going to give him that he's going to be able to win the league?
I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to this topic. You said that Milan are exactly where they should be.
Yeah, I do.
To be honest, I have Como being a better squad than them in form, and they're above Como. I have Roma being in better form than them, and they're above them. I even have Juventus possibly could be toe-to-toe with them, but they're above them. So there's 3 squads right there that if we go on current form and players and squad and matching them on paper, questionably, Roma, Como, and Juventus could be above them, and no one would be surprised when you match quality to quality.
I would be a bit surprised. I would. I think Milan comfortably have the 3rd or 4th best squad in the league.
Of course, you'd be surprised.
I think that's where they should be. That's not. I don't think that's a bad thing to say. I think that they are, with full respect, by the way, and not by a lot. I think they have a better overall squad than Roma. I think they have a better squad than Como. And I think that they, give or take, depending on how you want to go, like they're to me the third or fourth best team in Italy. I think they are. And although they have some weak points, they also have some really strong core pieces.
But if you think about this though, like, you know, and then this isn't meant to be, you know, a hit at Juventus, but like, look at the amount of money that's been poured into that team over multiple markets. Coop Miners, Openda, Douglas Luiz, all these guys, and you gave what I'm saying is you give that sort of financial backing and ambition to a guy like Allegri. I'm just curious to see what the conversation is. I'd even argue this. Let's say Conte leaves Napoli and they were to get Italiano, right? I, to your point, believe in their ownership to back their coach more than I do believing in Milan's ownership. So for what you're just saying, like, it's not more on Allegri. It's, I don't think he can win with those people there. Type of argument.
But my question to you would be as well, when Allegri was with us the second time, we did give him this financial backing, and I wouldn't say that he exactly, you know, grabbed trees and roots out of the ground. He didn't pull, like, you know, miracles. I would say he did have that backing. I'm just saying, because we discussed this last week as well, that he is a perfect example of like where we need to move on from as a country. Like, we need to move on and evolve, right? Because we obviously see that Italian football overall as a structure is lagging behind other countries, right? And we've seen that through the national team. We've seen that through our performance when it comes to the worldwide in Europe. I just feel like he's in the old regimen. I just feel that, you know what, maybe still sticking to this really, you know, cortomuso, really like specific thing. And I'm not saying
Allegri's holding Italy back.
No. No. See, you're throwing words in my mouth. I'm not saying he's holding them back. I'm saying he's one of the examples of coaches that we have, because we don't have very many progressive managers that are trying to move forward and evolve and do the proper things that we need to, you know, catch up with the rest of Europe. I'm not saying it's him specifically. Of course not. I think he's an example of it, though. And that's what it is, right? But I mean, obviously, you know what? As I said, I don't think he's done a bad job this year. I think he's done his job. And as you said at the beginning, unless someone magical was going to come in like Klopp, which obviously, you know, would be a far shot, but unless that or like a really, really high top manager came in, yeah, I agree. I don't think they should sack him by any means, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think he's also performed miracles. I think that's where you should be, and then let's see what he does in the summer.
All I'm saying is too, and this is my final thing. You guys we can move on to another topic, because I know like Milan's like I can talk all day about this shit. And I do sometimes, Martino. Like, we'll text about it, like, and chat about it for another 30 minutes after our podcast is done recording. But like, all I'm saying is, when those that are calling for Allegri to lose his job and they want a new coach, they can find a better. Everything's all fun and games and everything's great until that coach comes out of the gate and they're 7th, 8th place like they were with Giampaolo. And now all of a sudden it's like, shit. You're in the Champions League. Now you're managing Champions League competition. Now you're managing Serie A competition. And now you're managing the pressures to get these players to coexist early on. Milan are struggling. I don't know, man. There's a lot of competition in Serie A. Roma are on the ups. Napoli are building a good project. Juve are going to be there. Inter are there. I'm just saying, people, be careful what you wish for, because we've seen since prior to Pioli, right? Pioli comes in, he's been there for 5 years. They get rid of him. Everyone's like, oh, Fonseca. Zlatan says, we don't want a manager, we want a coach, in referring to Conte. Fonseca gone. Conte Sal, he's like, man, like, even the drill sergeant Sergio Conte Sal was like, yeah, I wish we had a little bit more backing from management. I wish we had a little bit more trust and backing in those difficult periods. He's gone. Now, Allegri, you want to do it again? Okay, do it again. That's all I'm saying. Do it again. If that's what if you think Italiano is the guy, if you think Thiago Motta is the guy, go for it.
Listen,
we'll see.
I just want to say one thing before we move on.
Yeah.
Milan, all the Milan fans out there, just know that Allegri will never win you a Scudetto no matter what happens. So it's not gonna happen.
Oh, Nick.
Let's move into the Milan Cagliari predictions.
Yep.
I
Matt,
thought we had integrity on this show.
what do you got? It was your words. You said it, Nick.
No,
and I'm going to review the tape later, and we're going to make a clip out of that.
Fine.
Matt, What?
You better personally give me an apology if I'm correct about it. If I did
May
say
2027.
better
We will be
personally.
May
Go ahead,
2027.
What's going on?
Matt, what do you got? Open up this game for us, brother.
I got
this is a must win for you guys. Yeah. I'm freezing. Sorry, I'm freezing up, so I'm kind of like overstepping you right now. But I just wanted to say this is a must win for you guys. Obviously, how do you feel walking into this match?
Cautiously optimistic. I think like these days it's difficult to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna beat Cagliari. They don't have anything to play for. Like, all right, fine. Milan are at home, right? Everything feels like it should be going in Milan's favor. I think that the win last week was such a psychological advantage, like a psychological win that they needed more than just simply the result. I think they needed to see like, hey, there's so much going on around this team with FURLANI, this guy's job in question, this guy's job in jeopardy. We need to win one. Like we simply cannot put another dud performance out there and full-fledged collapse. They get that job done. Modric looks like he's coming back. He's going to be donning a mask. He's going to be, trotting out there at 40 years old, doing what he does. I'm going to go 1-0. I think Milan will get the job done ultimately, but there will definitely be casualties days after. And me and Martino mentioned this. I think in similar fashion to what we saw when Jerry Cardinal got rid of Paolo Maldini, like days after they, the end of the season. I think you're going to see if they get top four, they're going to, or don't get top four. I think it's going to be, okay, you're gone. I think like that's truly how I think he's going to go about it. He's going to be cutthroat and just kind of axe people. So don't be surprised if you see those announcements very quickly. And I will say this too. It's interesting. I think there's a lot riding on this game, especially with players that we don't know what their futures hold. It could be Leao's final match day. We don't know. In a Milan shirt. We don't know. He could be gone too. So it's going to be very fascinating to see. But I do think Milan get the job done, and I think they win 1-0.
Okay. Understood. You guys got anything for Matt on the Milan topic?
Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah.
I know the chat has a couple of questions.
Who is your MVP for your side this season? Modric?
So prior to this recent skid, I had Rabiot because I think that we've been devoid of goal scoring output, and the fact that he scored these very crucial goals.
Another Nick fan favorite right there.
Too, like I go to Rabiot too. It's like a Juve jab here too, but I've seen so many people too, like when the France roster was announced. And they were like, "Oh, they really chose Rabiot over Camavinga." I'm like,
"Yeah, oh yeah."
Camavinga's barely even played that much, and he hasn't been very good.
Well, he has.
But Nick, would you say like you've watched Milan, you've watched Rabiot over the years at Juventus, and you've seen him play? This has been one of his better years as a professional. Like impact, like when he's not in the team and he's not in the lineup, they don't have anybody like for like they can plug and replace. He
has been better this season than 4 out of the 5 years he was better at.
Yeah,
he's been like, other than his last season, I would say this is his best season in Serie A. For sure. Yeah. For sure.
It's a lot of pain saying that I can hear it in your voice, bro.
What do you say, sorry?
To the Milan topic, I think the biggest issue, and I think you guys hit on a lot of it, is they just don't have people that know like ball anymore in the highest places. Like they get rid of players like Ranger, they get rid of players like Theo, who I hate, but that was a really good player. And then even Kalulu and all these people, and they replace him with nothing but bums. Who the hell is that Stupinian? You know what I mean? Like these players just coming in. Even in Kuku, like Kuku was good, I think, when he was playing in Germany, but for Chelsea and stuff.
So like to your point, right? Like it's that transfer, I think, encapsulated a lot of what's wrong with this current management, right? So Milan aren't let alone any Serie A club, aren't typically throwing 40 million at a player, right? We don't see that. But I think Bonucci, Rui Costa, like they're like the 40 million transfers in Milan's club history, like Rui Costa, like that's what we're talking about.
Is that the highest? Sorry, not to interrupt.
I think like it might be like level, I think there's certain things that people, I've seen transfer market like lump in the fine or something that like Leao had to pay to make his transfer official. Like I remember that was like a whole thing that was going on, but
That's crazy.
so Milan get into a position where they're like, I know we're actually going to spend 40 million on an attacker. Everyone's like, great, striker coming, right? Like our number 9. We're going to go and give Chelsea 40 million of that good European currency, bail them out, right?
Yeah.
To bring in a guy that doesn't fit, and then he comes in and Allegri's like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to use this guy. Like,
He's an awkward player.
Yeah, it just like there's
I'm not trying to like, shit on Nkunku, but like from the moment he arrived, everyone was like, I like the player, not the fit. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Matt, my guy, we have a couple of questions for you, brother.
Yeah.
We're gonna pop it up here in the chat. You got one question here from Anthony.
Galliani. Yeah.
It's great legacy. Won a ton here, different times, and second stints like that. I don't know, man. I just don't really feel too great about it, to be honest. And I know people might say it's Galliani. Like, come on, how would you not want him back? I'm like, to Nick's point, like, I think you need to start getting people that are a little bit more forward thinking, not forward thinking like Furlani, but like people that actually know like the Italian football way, like of doing things in business and like recruitment and scouting. When you go back to what the previous management was, right? When you go back to the previous management was, Milan were building out of that sort of decade-long disaster. The guys in charge were Mazzara, in no particular order. Mazzara, established Serie A executive. Maldini knows the league, will always have Milan's best interest in every decision that's made. And Ivan Gazidis, someone who's been around the sport for a while and has been one of the better CEOs, right? When it comes to commercial side of things. So Milan's finances were better. Their way of recruiting was better. You would just throw Maldini at a table or have him go to Ibiza and say, Teo, come to Milan. Now you have hey, Furlani's coming here to talk to you. I don't know. I'm not saying Galliani doesn't have pull and he doesn't have reputation in the game, but I just think that they need someone with a little bit more forward thinking mindset.
Roger. I have another question here. Deportes, he's always up here in the chat, man. Loyal subscriber and viewer of ours. I don't know why he wants to know this, but I don't know both of you run the podcast.
Is it that you're talking about the Twitter account or just like in general?
I think you mean Twitter.
I don't know, Twitter probably.
We both have access to it. I mean, it really depends on like sometimes like if he tweets something and it's like more something that he said, then he'll sometimes go back and reply on it. But I kind of just jump in and out. Truthfully, like X has become such a toxic place, especially like now for Milan, where like things are great, like it's awesome, like just how it is for any other team, right? But like if you have a differing opinion and you say it with a polite way, you get people calling you bozo, you get people calling you this, and like I'm fine with it. That's comes with the territory of creating content. We all do it. Like if we have a take that people don't like, they're just gonna talk shit behind an avatar, faceless avatar, whatever.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, like you just like you kind of have like I just kind of see some of these comments and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like it is what it is. So, we both to answer the question, we both manage it though.
Your partner's in the trenches, though. He's in the trenches.
Me and him have two different ways of delivery, but he gets a lot of like unfair shit. Like truthfully, like people like I'll see it, and like I know he can have his way of saying it. Like he'll say that he'll agree with me. And he just says it a different way, and I love Martino. Like we've been doing a podcast for like 10 years now. Like we've been and like he's a great guy, but like just how people like I can see why he kind of just goes off the rails and he's like, no, F this guy, I'm going at him. Like
Martino, bro, I gotta say, like in the beginning, he wasn't my cup of tea. But then as we like started to talk ball and everyone has a personality. If all of us were the same, this world would be boring. You know what I mean? So you got to just understand Martino, bro. You know what I mean? And he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy and he has a good heart. You know what I mean? He just like, he's just his personality, man. I love the guy. He's cool as shit, Imagine if everybody in this world was like Nick. I'd go crazy. I'd jump. Hey, I'm not gonna answer this one. I'm not gonna answer this one. I'm gonna give this to Matt. Well, I'll answer it. I think he is.
No.
The world is crazy.
See, Nick, that question's not, bro. It's for me, bro. It's not for you. It's Dom. It don't say
like,
Nick.
You could just answer this in one question, one word.
I think 2-3 years ago, yes. I think Maldini era, yes, he was definitely the best. Now, not so much, but I do have him top 5 goalkeeper in the league, though. He is top
probably
5.
right now on form. It might be Raya, right? I think that's an argument to make.
Raya, Courtois, Donnarumma.
In the league, you said.
Oh, if it's he said in the world.
He said world. That's
Yeah.
why.
Oh, the world. I thought hit the league. Now you're crazy.
Oh,
Bro. Now you just
that's what I was
you trying
saying,
to rage,
no.
baby.
Tired league, brother. What
World
the
is-
fuck?
That's what I'm saying. The world is crazy.
Bro, that's
No,
why I
no.
didn't answer that question. You could just say
Bro,
no.
no. Manyan is not up there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pop up any more of your questions.
Where would you put him though? Would you put him top 5, top 10? Like,
Not in the world, I mean.
Maybe like borderlining 5, like around 5 to 6.
7 maybe.
Yeah.
That's
Okay, fair.
Like to me, comfortably, Raya, Donnarumma, Courtois are all considerably, with respect to my neck, I think he's a great goalkeeper. Respectfully,
Look at this guy.
They're all
Yeah,
like
good bait.
quite a
Good
bit
bait.
distant better, in my opinion. Like I don't know.
it's difficult to judge because it's like Milan's defenders aren't like spectacular. So it's like
Yeah.
sometimes you let on an island and it's like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, I think it depends on like what you're looking at. Like shot stopping, I think Courtois and Donnarumma are the 2 best goals
Yeah.
by far. Like
We have another question, guys. For you. Wait.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Now.
I think
He's making things toxic.
I think one big cornerstone player is leaving. And it wouldn't surprise me. Again, like we have to wait and see what the status on Allegri is, but based on reports, I don't know how true it is, but a lot is hinging on this, on whether or not Allegri stays or goes, because it seems like even with a renewal, there's rumblings of Magnon being, hey, I want to leave. If you're going to get rid of Allegri, like that was part of the deal. That was part of why I stayed and I committed to this team. Because see, look, he was gone last summer. Same thing on Modric. You think Modric is going to want to? I don't know. I think there's a chance one of those big guys goes, and especially with this management, right? Whether there's new personnel coming in there, directors, whatever. I don't see a world, unless they get a striker that can make the difference, that you're keeping both those guys and you're not using at least one of them to fund the market.
Got it.
That's just me, but I'd love to keep both in an ideal world, because people, I tweeted something out and I was like, Sunday can be his last game. And people said like, you're good riddance this. And I'm like, bro, you guys are so, excuse my language, you guys are so fucking ungrateful, man. It's like, bro, like truthfully, like, and I don't know if this is like the cursing platform for it, but like, it's amazing to me that people quickly forget like where we came from prior to Leao, who we had. Like the guys, we had Barini at left wing. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? So again, like, and then you see a guy like Leao linked to United, Bayern Munich, Barca. Man, you know how vindicated we will all be if he goes to one of those teams and cooks with a better run team.
I was going to ask you,
and playing in the real position he should be playing in.
can you? I was going to ask you, do you think like, how do you think Leao's career will go? Will it go like, because he has the talent, he has the hype, he has the ability. But so did Joao Felix, so did Quaresma. So many of these Portuguese players that never really hit that peak. Do you think Leao will ever go back to hitting that peak, regardless if it's with Milan or anybody else?
I think it's possible. I think that unfortunately right now I think he probably needs that opportunity or that move if he is to leave, which again I don't want him to. I want us to build around him and get him the right cast. But I think he would really benefit from being one of many stars in a team. Like, for example, like if he went to like a Barca and you had like Lamal, you had like these players where he could be one of the guys, one of the top producers, and you put on that left side and you let him just take guys on, I think he can get to a different level. I think that there's so much pressure being at Milan with that shirt, playing injured through the season, playing in a different role. And, you know, like I think we've seen great seasons from him at Milan where I'm like, This guy's a fantastic player. I know that he has moments where he looks like he checks out, and I get all that. But I think that ultimately, I think if he does leave, I think that there is a chance. He's still 26 years old. I think that he could still get to another level because I think physically he has everything. He's fantastic technically. He can dribble, take guys on. I think that he needs to be in the right situation to get to the next level.
Yeah, I think like on that, I think a move that obviously is outside of the realms of possibility. If Vinny Jr. were to leave Real Madrid, I think if he were to go there, play on the left wing under Jose Mourinho, I think he would cook.
I mean, all I'm saying is like I've seen certain games from him against PSG in the Champions League. I know it's a couple years ago, but Napoli Champions League in the league in the Scudetto year, and people say it's years ago. I'm like, he still shows flashes of it. He's been injured this year. He hasn't really been healthy. And even in some of our horrible years, he's still putting up double-digit goals and assists. And he's not a penalty taker. And he's not a great finisher, which goes to show you that, like, he's still producing really, really good numbers despite being a less than solid finisher. So,
what do you think about his mentality, though? Do you think he has that championship hunger in him? That champion hunger? You know what I mean? That do you really see it?
I think it's difficult to kind of speak on those sorts of things because I think it looks different for everyone. Like people said, like for the longest time, Messi's he's not a leader, and it's like because he's not the rah type of guy, right? And then they'll look at certain players and like, this guy's a great leader, and it's like, okay, he's just yelling. Like this guy's just yelling for the sake of yelling. Is he really like getting through to the group, right? Like Modric isn't the sort of cheerleader, like in your face type of guy. But you're damn well when he comes into your team or whatever, the changing room or comes to the pitch, people are like, oh shit, like Modric is here. Like, let's listen. Like, this is our guy.
Royalty. Yeah.
So
I'm talking.
I think it looks different for certain players, to be honest.
I'm talking about him because a lot of Milan fans complain about him off the ball or not putting enough hustle in to chase a ball or not, those type of things. Not so much like a communicator or the leader of a locker room, more like, is he giving his one regard? Like, let's not go.
Sometimes he's not checked in.
Year.
He checks out a little bit. He's out of the game. He drifts away.
Yeah, let's not go off of this year though, because he is dealing with an injury. But like years prior, like last season, do you see that he's like, I don't know. Do you see him as locked in as he once was? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And again, like. From optics, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm like, okay, the team is down or the team's like 0-0 and they need this game. They're going through a tough skid. They're not scoring goals. And it looks like he's like, man, I just need, even if he's not giving it his all the whole game, last 10, 15 minutes, I need him like busting his ass running. And sometimes you just don't see it. And you're like, you kind of like, what else do you need to get frustrated? So like the frustration from certain members of this Milan fan base, it's warranted in my opinion. Like, especially like in matches like this, where you're like, everything is crucial. Every match is a high leverage match. And you want to see your guys like, hey, I need you running into those 50-50 balls. I need you pressing. But Milan's a team that doesn't even press. They're one of the worst pressing teams in Europe. They don't do that. So it's like, again, like what's the instruction from him? Is the coach saying, hey man, like I need you in the right positions. I need you in the optimal positions to make an impact. I don't want you going to defend. I don't know what instructions he's getting. So
yeah,
I don't know.
All right, bro. I mean, I guess we wrapped up the Milan topic. Matt, yeah, man. I'm glad because we don't have a Milan panel member on. We're not used to it, so it's always really cool to have someone, especially with your knowledge, to talk about your club. Because, like, Lex said something the other day, and it really stuck with me. Each and every one of us is an expert or our club. You know what I mean? Because we're the ones that are locked in, paying attention to everything. So it's really cool to have you here on the panel. But now we want to see your banter side because we're going into Juventus. And Gio's gonna look at Nick. He just chugged that bottle of water. He can't even deal with it.
And came back.
That's cyanide. That's not water.
So unless Gio disagrees, Gio was the only Juventus panel member. on Monday. He had a rough time. So I was gonna say, hey, let's give the floor to Nick, unless Gio has something to say about that. But one of you two are gonna open it up, and these are
I mean, listen, I went for it on Monday, so today's Thursday,
you need a break. You need a break.
So Nick, go ahead, bro. I mean, today's your day to get slandered too. So,
dude, I don't even know. I don't even know what you want me to say to you, bro.
Well, hold on. Oh, that's why there's an outline, Nick. You've known about this outline for the last.
No, I know. I just thought you were talking about a general talk.
This guy ducked the chat.
So
the game app.
Reports of Comoli being fired and Chiellini given more power. Do you think that is a good idea? Because obviously, I think you agree that there's a lot of issues up top when it comes to management. Yeah. So reports is Comoli, it was either Spalletti or Comoli, and it looks like it's going to be Comoli unless things change. Do you agree with that? Should this guy pack his bags and just leave Turin?
I think so. I think the time's up. I mean, you could make an argument that you could say, give Spalletti a full summer, but honestly, like with all the results or like players that flopped that came in, I think it's time for him to go. And if it's a choice between one or the other, 100% has to be Comoli. There's no other.
So you're Comoli over Spalletti then?
To go, yeah, 100%. Yeah, okay. I still wouldn't put a lot of this on Spalletti. I know he obviously has to take a bit of blame, but I don't think a lot of it's on him. I don't. Like,
I really give him little blame. He didn't even ask for any of those players. He didn't go into a transfer market with you guys, so he just picked up he picked up the scraps of a Malta and and Tudor and these cats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Coop miners,
God. Oh my God, dude. Honestly,
James should have beat me with this guy.
So that's the drama, like off the field. On the field is I guess Locatelli and Vlahovic got fined by Spalletti for that little argument that they had on the field. I guess Locatelli was telling Vlahovic to mark his man or stay by his man or something like that within that realm.
He was saying to defend his man. Yeah, yeah.
And Vlahovic turned around and said, "How about you do the same with yours?" So obviously, Locatelli gets a lot of respect. Locatelli gets a lot of respect from his teammates. You could see that he's really in control of the locker room.
Are you sure, Dom? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are we sure? Because Nick, today is where you're gonna become an official Locatelli hater, bro. All right, today is gonna be the official day.
I don't think so.
Loca, bro. Listen, bro. I think his time, man, is like. A lot of Juve fans, the Locatelli cult, I want to call them out. They're real quiet on Twitter. I made a couple of tweets about Locatelli. You know what I'm saying? You were a little bit quiet too, Nick. After
can I ask you a question? Yeah, because I think what you're saying is kind of BS. To be honest with you,
how is it BS?
I think what you're saying is kind of BS because again, I'm not sitting here saying he played well, but can you say anyone did? Like, why is it like specifically like? Because I know what you're gonna say because he's the captain because it's leadership. At the end of the day,
this is the difference, bro. And not just that, but what did you see what he said in the interview?
Yeah, I did see that, and honestly, that's a different conversation. I just before we get to that, can I address?
It's all kind of related.
I want to address what Dom said. Hang on. The first point you said Vlahovic and Loca, like when they were arguing. I also heard. So I want Vlahovic to leave. That's already kind of a known fact, and I hope he does now more than ever. But I was gonna say. I also heard it was because he said to play the ball forward as well as the defending. So I think it was multiple cases of what happened. Like, I think he said play the ball forward.
Well, did you see Locatelli doing that?
No. Because he knows Vlahovic is a fucking plank, bro. That guy is the touch of I'm not going to say it on this to get demonetized.
Hey, listen. Hey, you know what's funny, Nick, right? You said that he had a bad game, right? He had a bad game against everybody did. Well, I mean, a lot of the stat pads, right? I mean, people that do a lot of stat padding for Loca, right, that defend him off through stats.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a 7.2 rating or something like that during that game that we lost. So it's like, really? Really?
Let me ask you, let me just say one thing to that. Have I ever in any point of this, when I have said that he's just by the way, good player, that's it. Have I ever said, look at his Opta score, look at his SOFA score? I hate that shit. I hate when people like look and say, I see an overall score, they must have had a good game. I'm not that person. So yeah, I agree. When people give a result like that, because everyone was under a 7.2 or whatever the fuck it was. Di Gregorio should be institutionalized immediately.
Well,
But
yeah.
like, I hate that. So I agree with you 100%. Like, I hate when people say, "Oh, well, it must have been pretty good," because
Either way, Spalletti's right that he fined the players.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
100% right, because there's no, you could see this whole locker room, there's like no discipline whatsoever. And there's like, and I mean, look at what Loco was saying. In basically, you know, he's the captain, right, Nick? And whatever the captain is putting out there is basically a reflection of what's going on in the locker room
So
and
crazy.
more, you know. So there you go. You
No,
know,
I agree. And even when we talked about this, and again, we're gonna keep it short today, but even when we spoke about this before, and we were like, "Oh, like
We don't have to take it short.
people,"
I don't know if we're gonna keep it short, Nick,
people
because
go
you know,
way above and beyond and say like, "Oh yeah, you know, he's this," but he is never has been and never will be irreplaceable. I just don't think you look at this squad and say he's the first player that has to go. I just like, if you're saying yeah, you can bring someone in better, by all means.
yeah, okay,
That's it.
yeah.
So, panel members, what do you guys think about Spalletti finding both players for this incident?
That's
I
soft.
mean,
Reasonable.
I think it's a little bit soft. It's kind of I think it sets a bad like public image, you know, because because these things happen. You know what I'm saying? Why did it, like, words are exchanged? I mean, it's not like they like threw punches at each other.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how many times does that conversation happen out on the pitch? And then they're fighting, but it's, you know, hey, that's their ship.
Well, the thing is because they represent Juve. Like they are the captain, you know, they're supposedly the leaders of that whole locker room. And I think that's why Spalletti did fine, you know, Vlahovic and Locatelli, because, you know, they're supposed to be setting an example in that whole, you know, in the Juve locker room and everything, you know. But
I think our take is Locatelli should not be a captain. I know it's a senior.
I agree with you. I agree with you with that.
That's the
Yeah,
issue.
He should never be.
And who would you give the armband to then, Hoyan?
If he's available, Bremer.
Bremer.
That's what
Bremer?
I'm to.
Bremer.
I think
Well,
if
Bremer looks like he wants to leave.
Well, now, yeah, but I mean, in general, if he's still there,
Before.
because you have to, like, this is how I feel. Like, I get the fact seniority, whatever, but if another player thinks I'm better than you, which I think they both think I'm better than the other guy, it's not going to be cohesive. Like, you're not going to listen to a guy you think you're better than, especially if they try to give you football advices.
Mm-hmm.
But someone like Bremer, I don't think, you know, you're not going to, if Bremer tells you to do something, you're going to, you know, you're most likely going to comply. Where Locatelli, like, I have nothing against the guy, but I don't think he'll fit in the top 10 Juve midfielders if you go over it. Like, he's a top, maybe
I'm
top
absolutely
2.
not. No.
Yeah, like, so it's like,
So
I don't know. I hate the seniority shit. I always give it to your best player or your player that who's the most leadership, and I don't
I think
see
it
that.
has to be Bremer.
Commands most respect.
They have to be Bremer.
That was
Well,
like
the only
last year
other
with
player
Milan.
too
That was
young.
like last year with Milan. They had Calabria, and everyone's like, this guy ain't a captain.
Yeah.
Can't even start for us. He's not even
And
good enough
he
quality
did.
to start.
Yeah.
And if you're going off
The thing-
quality of player, only other one is Yildiz, and he's way too young and already has
Yeah.
the responsibility already. It can't be him. It has
He
to
already has the 10.
Mm-hmm.
be- is way too much.
also the thing you got to come. You got, like, so these guys, right? They're a group of guys, and the perfect world, right? They're supposed to come together as a crew, as a family, and fight, right? Fight together, and everyone has to, like, have respect, right? So if you grab a guy that just is the most talented guy on the squad, but he showed up yesterday, and you've had guys that have been on that squad that have been through the trenches, you know, how much is that new guy that's the best player? How much respect is he going to get from everyone else? So that's something to that's also something to look at for the everything good?
Yeah, we're good.
So for when it comes to Spalletti, right? I have a little bit of experience with him. He basically had attitude issues with Osimhen. And it was caught in practice one time. Osimhen, it was in practice, preseason. Osimhen, like, lost his mind on something. Spalletti's like, get off the field. Just get off the field right now. And he sat him over at the bench. Spalletti is known, one of the priorities is to control the locker room and to minimize drama between players. And it worked with us. He did that. this squad was unified, and you could tell that once Spalletti left, and we had that horrible season, the locker room was the first thing that went to pieces when Spalletti left. So I really think Spalletti sent a message to these players that he will not be tolerating any prima donnas, any type of drama, especially in a match where they needed to win this match to make top 4 and they came up short. I think Spalletti did a good job with that, because you see, we tune into our clubs, right, on match day, but we don't go to the training grounds. We're not in there in the locker rooms. We don't know who's the cancer in the team. You know what I mean? Like who's the one that's getting bullied? Like, we don't know any of this. So if someone does know, it's the coach, the manager, and I'm all about it. I think it was actually a really good message that he sent.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yep,
sure.
Let's see what else we got. This is not on the outline, but I want you guys to touch base on this. Surprising developments. Maybe it's rumors, maybe it's true. Spalletti's not feeling it. Spalletti's thinking of just resigning and walking away if top 4 is not accomplished this weekend.
Where did you see that?
Multiple reports. I mean, you could check your own like Twitter accounts, like the heavy hitters of the.
I mean, listen, I wouldn't be surprised. I even called it. I said, why would Spalletti want to stay if Comoli and all of them are going to leave? Even though there's rumors that even Comoli and Spalletti are not even like on terms and stuff like that. Like, they're not even like agreeing with anything. Like, Comoli's thinking one way, Spalletti's thinking of a different way. You know, and I think it's like a situation where now Elkann is in, he's going to have to choose on who's he going to give more power to. And for me, I would say give Spalletti more power and give him a proper, try to give him a proper transfer market, And because Comoli has already done damage already from last summer, signing players that shouldn't have been signed. And then, two-door and everything. So, yeah. And then, of course, and again, we're like in the cycle of, this basically the CEO, right? Comoli's the CEO. So he's basically not even on the same page as Spalletti. And that's not a good sign either. So, yeah. It reminds me of the whole Giuntoli and Motta situation again. And if it keeps on going like that, then Elkann needs to choose. And in my opinion, the right way probably would, at least to start, would be to trust Spalletti and give him more power to it.
Sure. I'd actually be surprised if he left. I feel like he knows, like, listen, like, I haven't had the team that I need to have. I mean, if it's the board applying pressure, they're even more stupid than I believed, which is crazy because the bar was already low. But I would be surprised if he resigned. I think like he needs to have like one season. And although I understand that clearly the goal hasn't been met, I don't know. I think he needs one season where he has a full transfer window, because I still do believe if he was here from the beginning of the season, we didn't have so many stupid, like, individual mistakes in a lot of games. Like, he would have made top 4 for sure. Like, I would put very little down, like we already went over to him. So I would be surprised if he.
The thing with Spalletti is that he's going to want guarantees in the summer, even without top 4. Elkann is going to have to really. I mean, Elkann is going to have to deliver, basically.
It's going to be another capital increase game. That's what it's gonna
that
be.
Too.
But I was just going to say, like, I think he's done well. Like, I think he's done a good job. And I don't think that, and even like if you look on Twitter, like everything you're actually seeing for the most part, I mean, I didn't see the thing that you said, Dom, but I was like, for the most part, it's him saying he's already outlining what he wants. He needs this, he needs this, he needs this. Like, I would be very surprised, because it seems like he's like, listen, like, win or lose, whatever happens, because not to spoil it, but they're not making it. So whoever, like, whatever they have to do, like, I think he's already planning to like revive next season. I would be really surprised if he walked.
Yeah.
What was the obsession with keeping Igor? Like, I feel like
just stupidity.
Yeah.
Who knows? Fuck knows, bro.
That's the crazy thing, though, is that, like, to your point, Nick, like, if you started with Spalletti, then I think the season's fortunes are different. And he was there. Spalletti was available. He wasn't tied to another contract. They basically had to, hey, you could have had Spalletti off the rip.
Yep.
They reaffirmed Tudor, which was a disaster. He goes to Tottenham. He gets canned there, which I think is a reflection on Comoli.
I think he has the worst win record of all time, by the way. I'm pretty sure he has literally 0% at
that was
Spurs
bad.
in the league. But I was going to say, do you know what they're really reminiscent of? They're really reminiscent of, and it's happening even right now. They are unfortunately following the United model where they bring in a caretaker manager because that's what Tudor originally.
You get the bounce. He plays well.
They qualify, and they're like, oh, you know what? Like, he knows. He played for them. He's, we're gonna, like, extend him, see what happens. Yeah. And that's actually why at the beginning of the season, like, I said, Juve's finishing 4th or 5th. Like, I do not believe he is the man, regardless of the squad. I'm like, he is comfortably, like, barely top 6, top 8 managers in the league when he was here. I'm like, we're not going to do well. And obviously, look what happened. Like, he was tragic in a lot of games. So I just hate that they do that. And again, I think this is the first managerial signing they've got, like, which is obviously providing some result. But I mean, for most of the time he's been here, I would say it was a good result. And like, this is the thing that you actually do back the manager. You stop doing the manager merry-go-round. You stop believing in caretakers because that's not what Spalletti was hired to do. It's hired for a plan, and that's why they extended them past the original option of 2027, right? So to me, like, obviously, okay, I know that there's like big managers technically available right now. That's not going to happen. To me, it's a no-brainer. You stick with him, and like, obviously, hopefully he doesn't resign, but like,
we need to stick with a manager, man. We need to. When was the last time we did that? Was with Allegri.
Literally have not, like, we have been the Chelsea merry-go-round of managers for,
and it needs to stop. We need to continue. We need to give Spalletti time.
Yeah, and I think he's the right guy to at least give another full season. Now, obviously, you see next year what happened, but
yeah,
unless obviously, which again is never going to happen, unless it was like a top tier manager.
Well,
like
time out. All right, we get it. We want to keep Spalletti around. I'm trying to push through here, bro. We gotta get through Roma, and I know you and J-Mac have to leave soon. So before we go to that, Juventus against Torino, the derby,
spooky game.
Doesn't matter.
Do you guys? I mean, it does, because it does matter, and I'm gonna tell you why it matters. Because if you guys lose this match, it's gonna hit a lot differently, regardless of top 4. Let's not look at that. Let's not talk about that. If you guys lose this match, it's gonna hit very differently than if you guys win this match.
Yeah,
because it's the dignity factor. You know what I mean? You won your last match. But if you drop points 3 matches straight, and that's how you're going to end your season and go back into the Europa, well, yeah, it does matter. Do you guys think, because Torino right now, they smell blood.
Yeah.
And they're rivals. Their fans really despise Juventus. So do you guys see this being another dominant performance by Juventus? Because, I mean, I don't remember the last time Torino beat you in the derby. Or do you see Torino upsetting your season more than it's already been?
Upsetting. I think the best they could get is a draw. And also, even like, I understand what you mean for morale-wise, but even if they win, if Como wins, and obviously I'm assuming Milan and Roma will, they're just going to be in the exact same spot. Like, it doesn't actually change anything. And
like I said, it's the dignity factor.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
But even at this point, like, dignity or not, the players have weak, fragile mentalities. We've already seen that. It's a disgrace what happened against Fiorentina. It's a disgrace what happened against Verona. It's just whatever. Like, honestly, like, just end this season, get rid of the frauds, and go again. But to answer your question, I think they tie. I think Torino smells blood. I think Juve is demoralized. I don't think they'll win this game.
Give me a timeout, guys. I got a couple of questions. Simmons, I'll get to your questions when we hit the Napoli topic. So just want you guys to know I'm not ignoring your questions. Then I also have another question here. This is more like just like a banter question, but I'll get to that one too later on. The chat's out here saying draw.
Yeah. What was the first leg? Wasn't that
First game was 0-0.
No.
In Juventus Stadium.
That was such an ugly game to remember. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think 1-1 makes so much sense. 1-1 makes so much sense.
Don, do you still have access to the last week's Juve Fiorentina, what everybody predicted?
Oh, if you go back, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure most people here, like I know I said it.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd
I think Dom said they should win easy. I think a lot of people did say that they would win, which obviously
did
not happen.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I feel like there's a guy in there that got the prediction right. I just want to make sure.
Are you going?
You talking about their last match against Fiorentina?
Yeah,
predicting it.
Well, I'm pretty sure everyone here predicted Juventus to win. No, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like that.
No, I do believe Hoyan would
That
have
was
said a
crazy.
draw. I do believe Hoyan would have said a draw.
As much as a Juventus hater I am, I would never have possibly thought that they would have lost to Fiorentina at home, bro. No.
I did say that when he scored the second goal and everyone in the chat decided to tag me. I said, I'm going to butcher his name, but the guy who scored the second goal.
Mendogor.
Yeah, man, I literally said it's going to happen if they score him. It's going to happen.
He's a former Juve
Fucking prick.
talent, right?
Every time.
It's always
Wasn't he a big part of the Plus Valenza scandal too?
He was him, Odero,
Sturaro.
a couple.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Matt, how you feeling
back,
about this?
that shit came back like a boomerang, ain't it? What were you saying? Sorry.
Matt, how you feeling about this derby?
I don't know, man. Like I think that it's weird because I think like there was so much that kind of went into that game against Fiorentina, and I'm watching the scores and I'm like, damn, like 2-0, like in a crucial moment. Like, what does that say, and how does that reflect on where Juve are at? I mean, there's a team that obviously were in a position where they were trending in the right direction under Spalletti, and to lose a game like that against Fiorentina, I think they'll win. I think they'll win against Torino, and I think you'll see a pretty decent performance. But it's going to be one of those like what ifs where it's like we blew it. Like we truly had this in our hands, and they slipped up. You know, I think that's kind of how I feel about it. I know it's easy to be down on them coming into a match like this, and you could easily say like, "Oh, Torino got nothing to play for. They're safe. They're going to want to deliver the final blow and knock Juve from competing in the Champions League." But yeah, I mean, I think that would be the worst outcome. But I think Juve get it done. I just think it's going to be short for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I make a prediction?
To give a little bit of credit to Juventus, though. 2 offside calls in that match against Fiorentina. You know, it wasn't like they played completely horrible, but it was just like it was one of those games that it's just nothing went their way. You know what I mean? Like you could just see they were so unlucky. It was the right calls, but then Di Gregorio, that
Dude,
I mean, that was horrible. It was just like nothing went their way. It wasn't. I didn't see it as them being like just trash. Like Fiorentina just ran over them because they're just horrible. It was just like they were so unlucky. You know what I mean? So
honestly,
I don't know. I don't think this. I think they're gonna beat Torino here. They're the away team, by the way.
Yeah.
So they'll have the Torino fans out there. It's gonna be their last game, and they would love to give Juventus an L to end the season. So I think it's gonna be one of those must-see games, like low key. One of those like low key must-see games. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, the league knew what they were doing, having all these. Are they all gonna be at the same time again?
45, all of them. All of them are.
You're gonna see a lot of people in the stands with their phones, like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just too much. Like, we need to depend on 3 different teams to lose results in like other games. Like, it's just too much, unfortunately. The only thing I want to say on what Dom said. Yeah, listen, I am the biggest goalkeeper defender. I will be the first one, but I want to give a formal apology to my defense of that man, because when it happened a couple months ago, where he had like 2 bad games and he got dropped, I was like, a bit of an exaggeration. I think that they want to sell him immediately. 46% of our first goals conceded are off the first shot, and they are all under him. 15 goals conceded from the first shot on target, and they're not all belters. They're not all top corner. they're savable shots, man. Like,
I mean,
and it honestly, it sucks because playing as a keeper, like, it's terrible because you know your team, like, if you let in the first shot and you're already down 1-0, it's like, oh, your team has now just dropped the level because you like,
work hard.
you're just like, oh shit, look, we already got to come back from something. Now we need 2 goals to win at minimum. And it just does not help. Like, it does not help if you are letting in goals. Like,
I know how it feels. Having people like that, I'll be praying to God. Like, when someone takes a shot, I have to close my eyes, man.
dude, it's just it's funny because he was just one of our most consistent players last year. Like, I thought he was great last year. I don't know what happened to the dude. Like, I don't know what has occurred.
Just naturally turn shit, I guess.
You know what it is, man. You know what it is. You got to investigate your boy.
Yeah, somebody tweeted that, and obviously, okay, it's not actually that, but somebody's like, yo, we actually gotta like investigate him for like betting, like again, like we gotta, because like some of the goals are just
an Inter fan.
Yeah,
You
okay,
can't
man.
It's better than Buffon.
You're a fan of a team, whatever. You're not gonna like,
Hey,
professional.
Bro, that Fiorentina strike looks like he moved out of the way. To be honest,
dude, he like it looks like he lagged, bro. Like,
It looked like
you know the shot. The goal I found weird was when we were playing you guys, and I think it was
yeah.
And
he well, the first goal,
it's like you can at least get something to it. It's not like it was.
Dude, it went at the speed.
Bro, forgot to stretch.
It went at the speed of a snail. Like he just like it was like, oh no, it's fine. I'm gonna chill. Like what the like I don't understand. Like it is very bad mentally for your team.
Bro, there was even like Juve fans saying that there was a conspiracy. Saying that Di Gregorio is purposely sabotaging your club.
Yeah. Somebody did a big video on it, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if that is true, whatever club he goes to next, I'm buying his jersey. I'm buying his jersey. Whatever club he goes to next, I'm gonna have his name on my back. Yes, sabotaging Juventus. I respect this man.
But no, he has
the last comp of all the preventable goals he conceded. It was like 4 minutes.
That's a man of stature right there. That's a man that you respect.
The thing
against corruption. I'm all about that.
The thing I am holding on to, which again I'm just seeing a lot of rumors, is that regardless if because they're not, but regardless if they're Champions League or not, I think Allison is still very interested. I need this man.
Allison saving curlers against a Polish team on a Thursday.
That's fine. Let him save him. Let him stat pad, bro. I don't give a shit.
I mean, Allison, I don't think he's a step past it these days. Just saying.
No, he's still a great goalie, man.
He's not like past it, but his injuries are really.
His injuries, but even when he plays this year, I can tell you, even when he plays, he's still a very, very good goalkeeper. Like,
that's my boy. That's my boy.
I mean, watch out for his. His kicking has gone a bit worse. This season especially, but he's still like the best shot stopper in the league still.
Better than Di Gregorio.
I don't know about that.
I mean, Nick is better than Di Gregorio, so that's not.
Hey, bring up.
Whoa. I'm on clean sheets in a row right now. Let me.
Oh yeah, see, he's definitely better. All right.
But no, honestly, I hope they need to fix it up.
Hey, bring up Deportes' comment really quick. The one with Magnan.
What do you say?
Yeah, Montipo wouldn't concede those goals either, bro.
I don't think a post would concede those goals, bro. If I put a post in the goal, bro. My God.
Oh man, good times. So guys, we're gonna drop your predictions real quick for this match. I'm gonna go with I'll go with a 2-1 Hewitt. They're gonna end their season with a W, but they're still gonna be in the Europa League.
I actually got a board.
Conference, no? Doesn't even matter. We could be in conference.
You can't.
No, it's impossible.
You can't. It's impossible for you guys to get conference.
Yeah.
Is it not 1 Europa?
They want to check out. Look at that. They want to go to.
No, it's 2 Europa.
So you actually, in a way, you have to thank Inter for beating Lazio in the Copa.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah.
Inter beating Lazio saved your guys' butt.
They freed up another one.
But also, the Inter Juve game did kind of ruin it too. So let's add that there.
Don't piss me off about that. You know what? We haven't been good enough. That's still the biggest robbery I've seen all season.
No, we've seen bigger robberies than that. Actually, I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now. I'm gonna go on record. I say Juve make top 4. I feel like the league has something cooking. So
you've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
No shot.
So you think
I mean,
two
look,
of the three
Right,
teams
trying
above
to
will
jinx
drop
her.
points?
I'm just
We
gonna
know-
say this.
Listen, I'm not gonna put it past this league, bro. I'm sorry.
So you
And we
think you think two at least of the three teams above them will
So-
drop points?
I think so. I
The
Then
think
sh-
Juventus
okay.
win. Alright.
Out of all three of the important games, I don't see Cremonese beating Como. Like, come on.
No,
Yeah.
that's
it's
actually
not
the one I see.
Cremonese is
That's
still
actually the
fighting.
one I see happening.
Ain't
the
gonna-
most,
ain't
to be
gonna-
They
honest.
legit, you has a legit 15% chance of making Champions League. 15.
That's
15%.
14% too generous. But yeah,
They have like they need 2 teams to drop points.
Yeah,
2 clubs, both. I don't see it happening.
no way.
2 out of 3.
I don't see it happening.
Roma
But
will
I'll
be
tell you what,
very
like I'll
interesting.
tell you what, we did get a glimpse of Nick when Inter lifted the double the same week that Juventus dropped points to Fiorentina at home, and we caught him up in driving his ride over there in Canada.
Easy. You're not gonna get it started that way.
Well, I'm just getting ready. You know, I'm about 32% done with my restoration.
No, dude, that was me. That was me with Sunday, them dropping points, and then City losing as well. That was actually a terrible week.
Wait till Nick.
Yeah.
Wait till Nick got to come on up on the podcast next season and talk and tell us how he dropped points against this Polish team that no
Bro,
one.
the anthem of anger.
This will be his.
Hey, there's a team
I'm
from
gonna say
Iceland now.
It's an anthem. It's an anthem, all right? Banger.
Europa.
Man, you imagine.
You make
Imagine-
cold
You
Iceland.
imagine Yildiz and Locatelli going over to Iceland, bro.
They're playing Iceman on the way to Iceland. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what's going on. All right? That's all that matters.
I can't
no.
wait for it, bro.
Blasting the fucking
I
They're
can't wait.
blasting the goat. That's what's going on.
Hey, I'm saying.
So,
All right, I'm saying 1-1.
1-1.
For this game.
1-1. All right, cool.
This was
Who else?
obvious 1-1 everyone.
1-1. Yeah.
1-1. Who else hasn't dropped their prediction yet?
1-0 for Juve.
1-0. Okay.
Gio.
Di Gregorio keeping a clean sheet
I'm gonna
against
say.
Simeone.
I do like Simeone,
Yeah,
but I think
I
it's
was gonna say.
1-0.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
say
wanted
1-1. Yildiz scoring and then Simeone scoring a late goal.
Okay.
Late goal. Yeah. I think Torino will go ahead. But
Juve will lose.
lose.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
that's what you want. It's like
Nah,
you want that
it's
to happen
just,
so they clean
Needs that
house.
purge.
Yeah, well, listen, they gotta clean house somehow. And at the same time, this
think it'll
like I said, this team, what they showed on against Fiorentina, no confidence going into the next game. Even then, I wasn't even confident making that prediction that I would back Juve for the last game. So I would say Torino 1-0. 1-0.
Wait, is this a 3-2 Torino? Because Torino's at home, so I don't know what that 3-2 is about.
You don't see many 3-2s.
I
in
think it's
Serie
gonna
A.
be
Yeah, no, I'm saying. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
Torino
1-0.
scoring 3 goals, bro.
Unless it's Roma or Como these days,
Mm.
or Inter.
It's not Milan.
I think it's gonna be 1-1, and then at the 95th minute, the league is gonna call in and give a phantom penalty to Juve.
Gonna cash
Yeah,
in
and what they're gonna let Locatelli take
hey,
it? Yeah,
hold up,
and he's
hold
gonna
up.
score. Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
wait, wait.
They're gonna cash in their money in the bank.
Okay.
Let me look at their
Okay,
line.
Hoyan, bro.
Are
You
there
know
any
that you're
ex-Juve
Let's
players
see.
in the Torino side that I gotta look out for here real
Bro,
quick
Hold up.
to give
listen.
away a penalty?
Can I ask you a question though? Let's just clear the air, right? I'm speaking specifically to J Mac. You're joking, right, about the thing from last season. You're kidding that was like purposeful, right? Because then you live in a bubble, dude. Because my brother says that same shit. Oh, look at Nicolucci. Oh yeah, of course it had to be him on. Come on, man. That's not
Hilarious coincidence, That's all I'll say. It's hilarious.
when it happened with De Vrij and Lazio and Inter. Was it a coincidence or what? Before he
No,
signed.
Why you
That
asking
that
me?
was a legit game. That was a legit foul. Nothing, no corruption.
legit.
Yeah.
It's legit as it gets.
Oh man.
It doesn't matter what Juve does. There's no way the other two teams, or at least two teams, are not dropping points.
No, so what you're saying. They're going to be calling. They're going to be calling our game.
No. I said, listen. I'm telling you. Here's the thing, though. When we were sitting here last week, nobody was saying Juve is going to be out of the top 4. Let's be honest. Everybody thought Juve
was in their hands.
Huh? Yeah, it was in there. Now they're sitting in 6, so anything's possible. Like we can't just like.
You know what, brother? I had Juventus not making top 4.
Yeah.
And people were saying, "Dom, you're just hating."
From last week or the
beginning of the season.
Oh yeah. No,
okay, but I mean, I'm talking about just last week when before the match day 37 was not played. Where did you have him finishing?
No, Dom has been on this.
When Dom's been on the hate, but he said that they were
just last week before he got kicked off.
Yeah. Listen, there was this one time where I was like, Spalletti might pull it off. Was when they signed Spalletti and he went on that nice little run, and I was like, he has a shot. But I wasn't believing in this Juventus in this squad, and I also had Kivu battling it out with Napoli for the Scudetto, and look what happened. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it's not hate, guys. Sometimes it's just knowledge. You learn about that, Nick. How about you learn about that one of those days? Okay.
No, I was going to say
will never win. Allegri can never win the Scudetto with Milan.
We addressed it, and you know this too. From the beginning of the season, yes, our manager was different. I put Juve 4th or 5th. Like I said, they would maybe scrape if they had Tudor at the top. Like there's no way. And that put so much irreplaceable damage. It was too much.
One thing before we move on to Roma, Locatelli hopes that when he retires, you guys remember that he gave his heart for the jersey.
Bro, hey, this Locatelli.
That man.
Heart for the Europa League.
Hey, wait. Isn't this the same man that said we couldn't overcome the pressure?
Yeah, he's really scared.
Like not even
just after
2 days
the
ago.
game.
Dude, there's like 3 players on this team. I think I would give like a mental, like, you know what, you can hold your head high for this. Like there's 3, maybe 4. Everyone else can actually fuck off, genuinely.
No, he could fuck off too, bro, if he's gonna be saying that shit. What are we gonna remember it fucking?
I didn't say he was a part of it. I was just thinking, honestly, which
Nick,
is really
bro.
funny.
Bro. He could fuck off. Like seriously,
Bremer?
bro. All right, this guy. Listen. This guy can literally after what he said after that, bro. Nah,
I'm not even.
Nick has had a bad.
Stop defending this guy, bro.
I'm not
Nick has
defend him.
Bro.
I'm not even addressing him. I said Yildiz. I said Bremer. As much as I dislike him at the beginning of the season, he's proved me wrong this season. Fair enough. McKennie gonna hold his head.
The fact that he's asking Juve fans if they're gonna remember him for giving his heart out for the team, bro. It's freaking earned on the pitch, you fraud. Like, bro. Like, what is he?
My reaction, bro. That was
you
my
know
reaction.
damn well.
I laughed my ass off, bro.
Bro, you know for a fact when he hit that penalty last season, he thought he was in Juve folklore for good.
Oh, for sure.
Well, because they put him there. Their fans put him there.
Glaze any good thing.
But like I said, but then when it comes out, but when what happens now, everybody guess what? What I'm gonna remember is just like what they remembered him for last season, but this time it's actually in reverse. Him missing the freaking penalty against Sassuolo.
Bro,
that's actually that's actually put a lot of damage on you guys making top 4. Remember?
And it did.
David
put a lot of damage.
David did the same thing, but you're not mentioning that.
Yeah, but David does not get the. Oh my God, this is what you don't understand.
I'm saying
he is not overrated like Locatelli is on your squad.
No, that's fair enough. But I'm just saying because Gio said a couple weeks ago, if we miss it, it is purely down to him. What about that one? What about other fucking things? I'm just saying it wasn't just.
Okay, bro.
I'm talking to Gio specifically. I know what you're saying. I'm talking to Gio specifically. Yeah.
I don't care how many times you interrupt when no one's asking you anything. I'm gonna say it. He is so overrated. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, bro.
Dude,
he's so overrated, dog.
We're not doing this again, bro. Let's say Matt.
Yes, we are.
He's just good. Okay, so what does that make him, Nick? What does that make him?
Yes, we are.
What does that make him?
Save Matt the earache. We're not doing this again.
Listen, Matt could even tell you about Locatelli.
Bro, he's
Matt,
just
what are
good.
your thoughts
He's not
about
great.
Locatelli, bro?
He's not shit.
Let's give it.
There's
Let's
a
give it to
middle.
Matt.
Give it to Matt. Give it to Matt.
He
Let's
has
give it to
some
Matt.
Nick.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
I wasn't even speaking either.
Matt, go ahead,
He's
bro.
average.
Go ahead.
He's average. I think I'm biased. I'm biased because I remember when he scored Milan against Juventus. He started crying, and all of a sudden I was like, oh man, this guy's next up. And all of a sudden he goes to Juve. He's like, I've always been a Juve fan. I'm like, this guy's kind of dead to me anyway. So like, I always kind of
That honestly though, that's fair enough. That's cool.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a valid
Fair
reason.
enough from the
you know
guest.
what's also too, like he seems like he's the type of player that's like the embodiment of like the Italian national team's failures.
Give him a roll.
I like that
And I say that because it's one of those things where it's like, this is a captain of Juventus. Milan had no representatives for the national team. It's like, this is our best from our best clubs. This is what we got.
I mean,
I'm clipping this, bro.
I
Just for Nick every time, Matt. Thank you.
mean,
Thank you, bro.
because
this
you're
guy-
not wrong,
Nah.
but everyone is submitting. Everyone is submitting shit players. With full respect, Milan can't even contribute players right now.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Inter, don't even get me fucking started. The fucking pride of,
Yeah.
oh, look at these amazing defenders and midfielders. One looks like he's dead. The other one's a fucking idiot. Then you have Roma, who's not. Everyone right now is on a disgrace right now. Everyone is. But I agree about that. I'm just
Like,
It's not the fact that
What
you
does
like
he
the
do?
Italians.
he's
what
a
does he do is stupid. What?
he's a good player at best, but it's like,
That's it.
that's what's the standard? What's
Exactly.
the
I
standard for
agree.
Juventus?
No. I agree. I 100%. In this current day, he would not sniff the reserves if
Yeah.
it was at a Juve standard. 100%. But just now, he's not shit. He's just good. That's it.
Yeah.
Because then every time I say he's good, certain men to your left are like, oh, yeah, you definitely think that he's a fucking Ballon d'Or candidate. And I'm like, no.
No,
he's
but the
just
thing
good.
is, Nick, you freaking defend this guy, bro.
No,
Even
bro,
what is he
I'm
good
not
at?
slander him like if you would slander any other player.
Bro, I do
Come
slander
on,
him. I just
Nick.
said he was fucking bad, but he's
Nick.
had a good year
Okay,
this
so
year.
Nick, what is he good at? What is he
Okay.
good at? What is Locatelli good at?
Oh, my God, dude.
Yeah.
Why does it
Listen,
sound
listen,
like
Nick.
we're talking
Listen, Nick.
Why does it sound like we're
Guess
talking
what?
about Cristante right now?
Wait. Listen, Nick. Locatelli had a good year, but guess where Juventus is placed right now?
And it's just down to him. Yeah. So all
But
11
he's
positions are
he's
just
supposed
down
to
him.
be. Listen, he's supposed to be the captain. He's also supposed to be one of the creators, especially in the
Hey,
midfield,
Gio,
bro.
we've went
Okay.
over this, right? I love
Okay.
you. I love you.
Okay, because
He's not
all I hear from Locatelli is that the way
He's
that
not
he
fucking
creates,
Rodri.
bro. Eh?
He's not
You
Pirlo,
think,
bro.
you
He's
think I
not
wouldn't
creating
remember that? You think I wouldn't remember Juventus fans all over this Locatelli?
You can say fucking
say
Juve
that,
fans.
bro.
Don't say it to
I
me,
love
though.
it.
Don't say it to fucking me, though. Because you know me. I have not once said that. Get out of here, bro.
I got homie crashing
It's
out right now.
No. Because you keep saying that I'm
Click the
defending,
news.
like I'm a part of these
Don't
fucking
defend.
incels.
Listen, don't defend this criminal, bro. He's literally a
Man,
criminal.
Nick- man,
He
Nick is
doesn't
getting-
be-
bro.
bro, he
Yo,
doesn't
Nick
be
is
a
getting
criminal.
yo.
Okay,
Nick
I'm
is
saying
getting his
shit,
butt,
bro.
Nick
Bro,
is
I'm
getting
telling
his
you.
butt beat up in the chat
No, it's
on the
Oh,
panel.
bro.
This is Nick
crazy?
right now,
You know
dog.
what's
This is
crazy?
Nick.
Holy fuck! I'm more arguing the guy on the fucking left than looking at the right. Jesus Christ! Because unless you're Rodri, you're like, oh yeah, he needs to come up, brother. Is he gonna
Okay.
score 10 goals, get 10 assists? Are you fucking kidding me? He's a regista. Like, what do you think he's gonna do? Especially with dildos up front.
I mean, hey, listen. Vlahovic was questioning him on the field that he wasn't giving him any service, bro.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this about Nick's takes.
Pass forward.
Hey, hold on. I'm just gonna say this about Nick's takes. All right. I'm just gonna say this about Nick's takes. Right. Nick said that Chiesa was going to be the best winger in the world, and Guevara was a one-year wonder. That's what I'm gonna say about Nick's takes. And when Nick found out that Chiesa got sold to Liverpool for what Politano is currently worth, this was his reaction.
For the love of God, please, damn, damn.
That makes
the worth of Politano.
No fucking sense.
The worth of Politano is what
he had a
was worth for
fucking year
Liverpool,
on his
bro.
contract. That makes no sense.
Your eyes to spot talent is just horrible, Nick. Now he's on the Locatelli train. Now he's on the Locatelli train.
I was following Dybala at Palermo. I said this kid's gonna be special. Look at this fucking dude.
I think everybody already saw that, Nick.
You weren't even watching football in 2015.
How do you know what I was not doing, bro?
You said I started following Napoli in 2017.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? When did I start watching? You seem to know everything all the way from Canada. What was I doing?
Dom, buddy, I like you. Dom, I like you, buddy. I listen when you speak. You said you started watching and following fucking Napoli in 2017.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
When did I say that?
You want the exact fucking date?
When did I say that? Because I saw Napoli with Benitez.
What do you mean?
I started following Napoli under Benitez.
Okay.
When was that?
You tell me. Go on.
When was that?
2014.
2014.
Yeah. When I spoke to you, you told me I really started following Napoli in 2017.
You're lying now, Nick.
I'm lying.
No, you're lying. I would never say that. Come up here with facts. Why would I say that?
I'm lying. Yeah.
I saw when he was playing under Benitez, bro. What are you talking about? 2017. My Twitter is 2016. You're gonna drive me to smoking and drinking. My Twitter is 2016. I was already following Napoli for 3 years prior to that. You know, you're just taking L's tonight. Don't lower yourself to lying, bro.
I'm not lying.
Now this guy knows when I became a Napoli fan. Get the fuck out of here. All right, moving on.
God forbid a man listens. Hey, fuck.
Now, Roma.
Anyways, let's move.
All right, that was great,
Matt. There's a little I noticed there's a little rivalry going on with Roma Twitter and Milan Twitter. And I've seen Martino be the face of the company when it comes to that rivalry going on. Could you explain to me why these Roma fans are coming at Milan now?
I think
what's going on there?
Is it? I think it has something to do with Alexis Salamakers and what's his name?
That's one thing.
With the fullback, the guy that Roma has.
Wesley. Damn.
Wesley. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it has something to do with that, but I don't know. I think it's every time I see him in an argument, I'm like, oh, who is Martino? Who is he arguing with? And more times than not, it's actually a Roma fan.
yeah. I mean, I'm not part of all that, but I see it. No comment.
Yeah.
Those days are behind me.
They've had some chippy games too. But yeah, I don't understand why those two specifically, those fan bases are clashing.
It's a lot of it.
I don't get it.
As far as recent years, it's very similar to with Napoli. Is we feel that in a lot of matches, there's a lot of what we see as favorable calls going towards you guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
As well as things as far as the Salamakers thing, it's with him, it's the fact that he was with us last season, was well loved. We were sad to see him go, and then in that match, he was doing some very egregious things, which it's fine. It's this gamesmanship, it's all part of it, but a lot of our fan base saw it as him being disrespectful.
Yeah.
Stepping over Wesley, rah, and it's it's part of the game.
Yeah. He's a little extra for me, Alexis. He's had a couple moments
extra, yeah.
In the early part of the season where I thought he was one of our better players, but
who is extra for you?
Salamakers.
So how was Theo Hernandez for you? He must have been extra.
Yeah, but Teo, he was one of those types of maverick players. Where okay, but he was good. He was at least has been at least at world class level before. Salamakers seems like one of those kind of we all knew one of those kids growing up. We're why does this guy have what's going on with this guy? He always has something to say. He's always getting involved.
Oh yeah, kind of like Nick. Yeah, kind of like Nick.
You're shooting on him. He's not even there.
Yeah.
Oh, but he's hearing though. He's listening. I know he is. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Go on, bro. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's like sort of. So, I mean, I only see when Roma fans feud with Milan fans, and Martino's at the heart of that. I know Roma fans. I know like a bunch of people too. Like Wayne Gerard. Like I don't know if you guys have had him on the show, but like he lives right near me. He's a tremendous guy. Like I never have issues with Roma fans. I never really have any issues with anybody. Like I just disagree. But like yeah, I've really seen like certain people kind of just pop up and just like Roma fan shit talking on and all those sorts of things. So yeah,
so, man, I'll tell you right now. I'll give you some insider knowledge to my fan base. Half of at least on Twitter, there was a very angry Italian Canadian sect of Roma Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Half of them burned out when you guys won your Scudetto, and then the rest of them burned out when Napoli won the Scudetto. Now there's barely any of us left. And like,
but they're coming out though, J-Mac. They're coming out, J-Mac. I'm seeing them active all of a sudden.
So a lot of them like are a lot of the ones now that are more aggressive like that, they're just young and misguided jits, you know what I'm saying?
Or the Mourinho fans that are still kind of like,
don't even get me started.
young and misguided, you said?
Fucking yes.
You're kind of like Asia, right? Like a Roma version of Asia.
Right.
You know, little 19, 21 years old, you know, it's like, you know, I like to think me and Keckler are like outliers.
You're the seasoned vets.
We're level-headed.
Oh, really?
yeah,
I've seen J-Mac, I've seen you out in the Twitter streets trolling crazy. I didn't see that from you like 3-4 months ago. All of a sudden,
someone's got to
loud out there.
Hey, it's not. It's Lazio had a tremendous week. That's all I'll say. I couldn't resist.
Oh, but you trolled on a lot of other fan bases, though. You were trolling pretty heavy, J-Mac, and I respect the game. Look, I respect some bands.
I've had time.
But don't be acting like you're like, you know,
I'm not saying I'm a
citizen.
James says he's getting some reps in.
Time to time, you know. It's time to time. I was on leave recently. I had time, so it's all good.
James trolling Lazio is like the equivalent of when you ask a friend of yours, like, "Hey, you want to go grab food?" And he's like, "I could eat." Like,
I don't know about that. I was going hard, but
oh my gosh!
No, in our group chat, we have a poor Lazio fan in there. He wasn't even speaking. J-Mac was just dropping shit in there, bro. You're like,
crazy,
crazy.
We haven't even met yet. It was funny too. So
I don't think he wants to meet you after that match, bro.
Is that Biagio?
Yeah, Biagio, bro.
The other day, J-Mac was his biggest defender, bro. I mean, J-Mac was back in Lazio the other day.
Well, we don't need to bring group chat stuff into here. We'll leave it at that. Nick.
We'll leave it at that. No, honestly though, I agree with J-Mac. Most Roma fans, with full respect, I don't know too many on Twitter, but like most of them are fine. There's like a handful.
Well, all the like I said, all like the worst ones that were out battling in the streets. I ain't gonna name any here, but they're just like, they're not around.
They're kind of just like henchmen, you know, like just kind of like just going out there, just like farming. They're just kind of like engagement farming, just like getting into like shit talking conversations.
Yeah, bro. I was in a couple of group chats. They were when you guys won your Scudetto match. It was like I had to leave because I was like, you guys are just going crazy right now. Y'all saying we're going to start down, but that's neither here nor there. I'll leave it at that.
Oh, look at this. Ooh,
this is
you are the face of Inter Twitter, so that really does apply to you.
Let
me put my hater glasses on, bro. I can't.
Arsenal fans of Twitter is crazy.
No, that's actually disrespectful, and you know how much I hate. You know how much I hate our Inter. That's disrespectful. That's
I think we're the coolest fan base on Twitter. That's just how.
That's coolest.
Oh, I mean, hey, this is what you know. I have a little something for you, but you know, this is basically what all the other fan bases think about. You know, Inter and stuff like that. You know, they just don't care that you won your damn title.
Come on, baby, bring it out. Bring out the piston cup. Ka-chika, ka-chika. Yeah, now that's what I'm talking about. Hey, how come the only one celebrating is me, huh? Where are the girls? Bring on the confetti. Ow, ow. Easy with the confetti. What's going on? Come on, snap some pictures. I gotta go sign my deal with Dynaco. Kachika, say it with me. Kachika, Kachika. Everybody, what's happening? Hey, this is the chick era.
Who made that?
Hold that, on. You could hold that over there, bro. Your little cave over there, bro. Go back to your little cave over there, right, bro? You could hold that. You could hold that.
That was a good one.
Perfect timing. No, it's perfect timing, bro. When you put him on the spot. Woo, that was great.
You guys have to get used to this, bro. Just gonna get used to it. It's gonna be a while for you to get your turn. Just enjoy it.
Oh yeah, what are you predicting? A dynasty?
Back to back, yeah, definitely. Next
on
year
the Kivu, all of a sudden you Kivu believer.
We don't even need Kivu. Don, you could be our coach and we're running back to back.
Oh yeah, that's how you feel. Okay,
oh, here we go. All of a sudden, bro. All of a sudden he's gonna
listen, bro. You see, this is all right. Listen. Give me a second, then Jim, I'm give it to you. Listen, there's one thing about this fan base, bro. You know, they definitely don't get the coolest fan base of Twitter, but they definitely get the most spineless fan base of Twitter because 3/4 of this fan base was not believing in their own team this season, bro. It took 12 points ahead in May for them to actually drop the gimmick. I want to see Inter fans play the underdog gimmick going into next season. Can't wait because it's coming.
Oh, well.
I know like 5 Inter fans that stuck with their team from the beginning to the end, and this guy is not one of them. He had Kivu getting fired in December, called him a PT teacher, and he had him finishing in 6th. So don't be coming out here and flexing right now out of your cave, brother. All right? Do you have anything to say about the accusations that I just dropped on your forehead? Do you have anything to say?
It was the players, not the coach.
Do you have anything to say? Time's up. Sorry.
You've reached your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Just playing. Go ahead.
When we picked up Christian Kivu, he was a PE teacher. Let's not get that wrong. We only coached 12 games in the Italian league. All right. So we brought him in. We were able to promote him. Then he got, regular job. We gave him an office. And finally he proved himself. We made him the principal. Things move on. So, and like I said, you're not gonna find me where I question the players because I know my players have the quality they have to be able to win the league. My whole thing was the notion is, this guy coming in, can he do it or not? And I think that's a valid question to have because you can't expect me to go literally behind a guy who only.
But no. But you just said it doesn't matter who the coach is. You could coach the team, Dom, and we're going back to back. Did you not just say that?
No, next year for sure.
Okay.
Because next year the competition is like watered down. Let's be honest. Like,
all right,
it's not looking good. Juve's not going to be in your top 4s. I don't know what's going to be with Milan. Roma is probably just there for the cash. Napoli probably. Napoli even. Who's your coach next year?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
Talking shit, eh? Okay.
No, they're flexing now. They're flexing now.
All right.
Wait, quick question. You're talking
Randy Savage over here.
So quick question. You're talking like this. You're like, oh yeah, you guys aren't gonna know what it's like for a while. When other teams were winning, certain amounts in a row, did you just disappear from the earth? Like what happened during you when you had to go hiding for a decade? What happened?
Nick, the problem. This is the problem with Juve fans. You're stuck in the 1900s, man. You got to move forward. You cannot.
Last decade, the 1900s, bro. That's crazy.
Bro, come on, man. The kids that were born when you guys were winning.
Okay. And like you guys were when we were winning, and you guys were doing the same thing about your little treble that you guys won. All right, so don't start with that, bro, because I already know it, bro.
Rodrigo.
Look, that Juve, as Venice was
them days, bro.
Look, Gio, let me tell you how far removed we are. You're at a point where y'all argued if Locatelli's a good or bad player. That's where Juve's at. The quality has dropped significantly. Like that's how far.
I 100% I agree. But it happens with every single club.
I'm not gonna lie. I think if you guys make the champs and pick up these couple like the Bernardos and the Lewandowskis, I feel like that would I would at least have to pay attention because those are top class players. But now.
At the end of the day, you gotta respect. At the end of the day, you gotta respect Inter, Gio. They modeled your guys's your guys' project on how to win Scudetti, and it's right there.
Yeah,
It's
there you
right
go. Yeah,
it's right there.
If
Look
you
at him
can't beat
grinning.
them,
Look at him
join
grinning. Look at him grinning.
I was gonna say they literally had to hire our sporting director. They had to hire our coach. They had to take our scraps.
Hey,
They had
hey,
to,
hey, we stole that.
they
We
had to
stole that.
copy everything, bro.
That's it.
Oh man, listen.
All I'm saying is we're doing it better than you guys. That's all I'm saying, and we're not getting
In
caught
what
like you
regard?
guys.
In what regard?
You heard that he said he's
Okay.
not getting caught.
We're
Okay,
not getting
yeah,
caught, man. We're not out here making phone calls, locking up referees in the locker room. We ain't doing that.
As long as you admit it, fine, that's fine.
All right, listen, let's go into Roma, man. J-Mac, open it up. You made these talking points, so the floor is yours.
I got you.
Run with it.
First off,
And-
you mentioned
and
earlier
before
I
you
was
start
shooting at all
off,
the- oh yeah, what's up?
Before you start off, I got one thing to say. I do have Roma as Scudetto contenders next season.
It could happen. We'll see. But before I go, you mentioned earlier that I was shooting at other fan bases. I'm just calling out hypocrisy. That's all I was doing. But anyways, a lot of criminals calling other criminals criminal. You know what I'm saying? When you're a thief, you live with your eyes behind your back. But first off, one of the big talking points in our fan base right now is our current search for a new sporting director with Ricky Massara leaving, and the two front runners are Atalanta's Tony D'Amico, which I'm in favor of, and another strong one is Hellas Verona's Sean Sogliano, which I'm very scared. I mean, I know their scouting has been okay, but it's just like we have to go for it. We have to. I know Milan's also going for him, but we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully that's because we need to get that D'Amico Gasperini link up going again. Because Massara didn't. I mean, Mullen aside, even though that was because like Mullen and Wesley were all Gasperini, you know, and it's crazy that we got Daniel Mullen for 25 million. That has to be like the deal of the winter market, like in all of Europe. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, obviously a lot of this hinges on us making top four, which if we won on Sunday, we'll see. But
and that will complete my agenda. Remember my agenda? I needed Roma to win out. Right, Gio? I needed Roma to win out. Why did I need Roma to win out, Gio? Why? Explain that to me, Gio. Explain that.
No comment. No comment. No comment. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say.
Stinker and hooked.
Well,
Go
regardless
ahead.
of the sporting director, our current targets, barring Champions League qualification, I mean, it'd still be possible without it, but it would be much more difficult. We're currently strongly linked to Karim Alibegovic from Salzburg, Italy's favorite Bosnian winger, you know. People say, "Oh, he's going to Inter." It's like, well, no, Pjanic brought him to our table. You know, we'll see if we can lock him down. Julian Brandt's another name being linked. Former Dortmund legend, Antonio Nusa, Norwegian winger from Leipzig, and last and most controversially, Mason Greenwood from Marseille. I mean,
I gotta wish on your downfall, man. Fuck.
yeah, it's like great player, but like I don't want a man like that representing my club. That's not a good look.
Yeah.
But yeah, and another talking point I didn't have an outline, but I'll go over this quick. We're trying to get Francesco Totti to be an ambassador for our centennial, which he ultimately declined because he wants a more hands-on role, which I don't think would be a good idea. He's not coaching for a reason. You know, he's chilling, playing padel and telling stories on podcasts. Like, he's a legend, but like
his football IQ is not the best when it comes to coaching.
Yes.
Di Rossi, though, that's a different.
He's great. He's great.
But yeah, Totti is definitely not that guy.
Oh yeah, of course. Respect everything he's done, but it's just like he's still telling all the story about how I said no to Real Madrid, which is like, thank you, but it's just like you're like waterboarding us like with this now at this point.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, a lot of our future hinges on Sunday, our match against Hellas Verona, arguably the most important match of ours in the last 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
why is that, J-Mac?
Because if we win, no matter because this is the first time in as many years where on the last match day, it's in our hands alone at the moment. Where if we win, there's no doubt we're going to the Champions League.
Winning, you're in.
You know, if we lose, then Como is the one that I'm most worried about taking over us, because like, they got Cremonese, and it's just like that's like, come on. I mean, it's
to be fair, like they're gonna want to fight for their lives to stay up. So
yeah, but that would play into Como's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
Jamie, even if you tie, I think that's also like still in jeopardy too, because remember the head-to-heads. That's also a big factor too, and goal difference.
Oh yeah, it's
very complicated this season with all that too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one thing that I have against Gasperini is that like we lost like every single head-to-head. I mean, Como were even, but it's goal difference.
Como even. Juventus.
We are 4 to 6 points. We're 4 to 6.
Juventus go ahead of you if you draw and they win. So
yeah, so it's like
just go for the win.
We have to win. Yeah, we have to win. And normally, like I would be like pissing myself about this because any year before this year, I'm assuming we're fucked, because it's just like one thing that about this team is mentality is very fragile. I mean, look at the Juve match. Like, look what happened there, and then the skid we went on after that. Like, and a lot of that has to do with our core. You know, Cristante, Pellegrini, Mancini, where it's just like they're the heads of our team, and if they start freaking out, shit starts getting spooky. But the one thing that has me very confident going into this match, even though Verona has been difficult for us away the last couple of years, is that we have one man who does not give a shit about the history of our team, like as far as like in these situations, and does not care about pressure. That's Daniel Malwin. You know, and with him and Dybala being back fit, and now we're getting Kone back, like I'm pretty confident that we're going to get the job done.
Somebody in the chat said that Wesley, Coney, Mancini, Dybala, and Pellegrini are all not gone. Is that true? What is that?
Not done? Huh?
Who said that?
Literally a public comment of Malo.
No.
What? All gone next season.
I know Roma is fine. They have financial fair play. I think they have to look into, but I don't know if the champs.
So our settlement is over, but we have to make like 80 million in capital gains before June 30th to avoid a fine.
And 60 of that will come from the champs, or you still have to sell.
No, I think if we make Champions League, I think we're good. To be honest, we might have to sell like a little bit, but we already have some avenues. Like I think Zilkowski, our Polish center back, has got a couple Premier League offers, and apparently we might sell Sule, which I hope not. But sorry, Huyan, y'all ain't getting Coney. Y'all tripping.
Hey, listen, man.
I keep seeing all these links. Oh, Fratesi plus 20 million. It's like, dog, we have to hit a quota. Why would we do that?
I want you guys to see something real quick, okay? This back and forth, this happened with George, one of our Roma representatives, and Doodle, our Inter representative, about Malin versus Lautaro, who's better. And as you could see, got some Inter fans that have not forgot about that, bro. And it's gone to the point where they don't even respect Malin no more, bro. Well, now he's changing his mind. He says he's a good player.
Of course.
But you know, look at the context, bro. Like he scored 13 goals since January.
No, he's been the best.
Yeah, no one's done that
by far.
Like I'm not acting like he's good. I mean, it would be cool, but I'm not the one saying that he should get an MVP shout. It's like it's maybe most impact or best attacker, but MVP no.
MVP definitely not, but maybe attacker. But
I would rather give it to a 13 goal scorer Malin that joined the league in January than an 18 assist DiMarco. That's just me.
Cap.
That's just me.
Don, you can't say that, Don. You can't.
He is literally carrying. He's literally carrying Roma into top 4. If that's not MVP shout out, I don't know what is.
Do you remember that guy that joined Milan from Genoa? Was it what? What was his name?
Piątek.
Piątek had 12 goals. So this is similar to what Milan is doing right now. Okay, and I don't have nothing against Milan. I think he's a good player. He's doing his thing, but you can't come out what DiMarco setting the SERIE title, the assist title, and the fact that people are saying he should get the best 4. No, last time I checked, 17 is more than 13. However you want to flip it.
Literally, DiMarco's only job is to cross that ball with his beautiful left foot because he doesn't defend. So literally, his 18 assists is I respect it. Hey, 18 assists, cool. But Malin scoring so many goals and carrying Roma into top 4, to me, he deserves an MVP shout out. Now, I will not say that Malin is better than Lautaro because he has a lot to prove.
Yeah.
That's just insanity.
Yeah.
He is in better form, though, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And he's had more of an impact, arguably.
There is a chance that he has like the purple patch that like Piatek and others had, and next season he's not as good. But I hope that he continues because he has kind of turned his career around because he was like a nobody at Villa right now.
No, he wasn't. Deontay, if he's in the chat, he's gonna be cussing you out in a second. He left as their top scorer.
Huh?
He left as like their top scorer. Like
Malin had like
that point
8 goals or something.
Listen,
if
if Malin doesn't show up, if Malin doesn't show up this Sunday, and they do not make top 4, then no, he definitely doesn't deserve it. But if Malin comes out and scores a brace and sends Roma packing to the Champions League, walking in January, if Malin did that for Inter, you guys would be glazing Malin.
No, it has to be DiMarco, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying a shout out. I'm saying shout out.
He's the best informed.
I don't know why people are losing their minds. Inter fans are acting like I'm disrespecting their heritage. I'm just saying he deserves a shout out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And yes, DiMarco, in my opinion, shouldn't even be a wing back. Should put him as winger. I think that's actually a better position for him because he can't defend for nothing, bro.
It sounds like we're talking about Trent.
DiMarco's a horrible defender.
He's
clearly Trent on the other side.
He's a bit better than Trent, but that's not a high bar.
Trent at left back. Wow.
It's also crazy that Malin's tied with Thuram for second most goals in Serie A.
Exactly. Thank you.
Well,
Matt.
and that's the other thing too is unlike Lautaro, he's also scoring against the big teams as well.
Again, another reason he deserves a shout out, bro. Come on, bro. Stop the bias. I know your defense are biased, but come on.
No one
scored against Juve, scored against Napoli.
Yeah.
That's I will
but like I think the way that the awards are typically given out though, like there's MVP and then the best attacker. So you might see a split type scenario where they give like 1 or 2, whatever it is, awards to Inter because they won the league. And then they say, okay, fine, like we'll give this one to Malin or something like that. We've seen them like do things of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of happened to Lobotka, you know. That season when we won it under Spalletti, he deserved, rightfully so, to be the best midfielder in the league, and they didn't give it to him because Napoli were just stacking. They had best striker, they had the best defender, so they didn't give it to Lobotka. So I guess I don't know how they worked that out, but Lobotka got robbed there. So who knows? We might see Malin get something. Who knows? Yeah. I think he deserves it. Though. I think he deserves
right, because if you go by that, like best player would be DiMarco, you would assume, right? He'd get that award, right? Like MVP. Yeah. So if you give him MVP, you're not going to also give him best attacker. So
I think they'll give. I think they'll give DeMarco MVP. I think they'll give Lautaro best attacker. I think that's what's going to happen, just for goal number. Not that he deserves it.
Do you think so? What other potential honors could Inter players get out of that group? Would Hakan be in the midfield conversation?
It's a good question. I actually, I'm not too sure. I'm thinking from back to front, like keeper would be.
I think midfielder, wouldn't Nico Paz get a shout out there?
Yeah,
that would count. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, actually, doesn't he fit under the young player?
Yeah, that too. I believe he's like.
He won that last year, though. Did he not win that last year?
I think it's U21, so I think he would still be eligible.
Won that last year too.
Yeah, but Yildiz could still win the U21.
I think especially if you don't make if it's not Paz, it's definitely Yildiz. But I think if they make Europe, they may give it simply because look,
I think Paz will get Europe.
I think I don't know. To me, they've been both really good. So I don't know, but I don't know. I have no. Who would win keeper?
The goalkeeper, I think, from Como potentially win it.
You think?
He's got the most clean sheets. Carnesecchi.
I mean, it's probably going to be based on clean sheets.
I think that's normally
this season has been so. This season's a weird one, isn't it?
I think Di Gregorio won it a couple years ago when he had the most clean sheets for Monza.
Yeah, it depends on what they go off of.
The season's been a disaster. We should just invalidate.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
so let's get back on topic of Roma. Do you have anything else, J-Mac, we want to talk about on Roma?
I mean, shit, dude. Just please. We need to lock this.
Just
shit
win.
in.
Just freaking win, bro.
I mean, not even just for financial reasons, just for the sake, so you motherfuckers can't be like, oh, when is the last time you've been in the Champions League? 7 years, bro. Wow.
Listen, J-Mac.
We're already predicted in pot 2.
J-Mac.
Pot 2.
Yeah, I saw that. I need you to do me a favor. If you guys win this weekend,
I'm gonna be spamming.
You to tell my boy.
I'll tell you right now.
I need you to tell my boy over here what teams he needs to watch out for in the Europa League. I need you to tell my boy over here. What
I got it.
He needs to watch out in the Europa.
I got you.
You know, give him the full scouting report, bro.
Panathinaikos, Eintracht Frankfurt, Freiburg.
Yeah, and then give this guy a call.
Victoria Pilsen.
This guy
very strong.
You know what I mean?
Rayo.
I'm assuming you have the notebook, right? You know every
Rangers
team back in front, so you should be able to tell me pretty well. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
There you go.
Hey,
also
for that Benfica. Oh, Benfica's gonna be there. You guys are.
You
guys are feeding with
that. And time out real quick. Time out real quick before you go, Nick. On a 10 hours.
No, I just had a question for J-Man.
I expect full scouting reports from you two bums about who we should be, maybe signing for our respectable teams. You know what I mean? Because the Europa League is a good league to find some young talent. So I need you guys to scout for us. All right?
You'd be lucky to watch the games. You'd be lucky to watch the games. Let alone scout for you.
Hey Dom or Gio, I sent something to the GC. I want to know if that's allowed to be played in the next episode. I would love for that because those
I'll take a look after.
It's a funny video. I love that video.
Funny. hey.
Yeah.
One thing before you ask your question, Nick. There's one thing you guys can look forward to. Unai Emery won't be there.
Let's go. Hey. That's actually a huge dub. Although I don't even know if I'll even watch those games, but regardless. I was gonna say to you, in all honesty though, I know it's all nerves and stuff, and it's not even banter, but Roma win this game. Let's stop gimmicks. Roma does win this game comfortably, in my opinion. No, maybe they'll give you a scare.
They get the job, bro. They get the job done, bro.
Dude, they win this game. Everyone's I don't know.
Search Roma on Twitter. That's all you need to know.
There's just no way they don't, man. That's what I'm saying. Even everyone before is
Nick.
No.
There's no way we should have lost to Cagliari. There's no way we should have lost to Genoa. There's no way we should have lost. I'm just saying, shit happens. I'm never going to say that it's impossible that we lose. Verona beat us last season. It happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, J-Mac.
I mean, hey, Ndika's not there. We got Gilardi, former Verona player. You know, he might feel sympathetic to the cause.
I feel generous.
Oh, I slipped. You know.
All right, so are we
Hey, yo,
done with
James.
Roma, guys? Give your predictions out real quick. We're gonna go into Napoli
James,
after this.
16.
I have a little. I'm not sure if it's a little warning about D'Amico, because he's currently our sporting director. This guy is very up and down with transfers, if you will. Like his last transfer window with Gasperini, for example. Like he had some big hits, like Retegui, CDK permanently. But he also had stinkers like Villanova, Maldini, Ben Godfrey. So yeah, beware of.
I'm not going to judge those players off of Juric ball and.
No. That was the last transfer window with Gasperini. So that's like last season. So yeah.
Speaking of Gasperini, do you guys think he's the most underrated coach in Italy, just for the fact that he did wonders with Atalanta, got him into,
yes.
You know, and then also won the, and now Roma is supposedly back in the Champions League with him at his first year. From being able to turn these, you know, top mid tiers to now competing the champs.
I think he's not underrated, or I think he's properly rated. To be honest, I think I think the them defeating Leverkusen in the final.
I think
was kind of like that crowning moment. Like all his years of work was like, all right, like this is a good manager. Now he has the trophy. Go with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, even before the Europa League, like that run he went on in the Champions League.
Yeah,
when Ilicic got that.
You know how people are. They're looking.
Bro,
like,
guys don't
win
deep his
anything
look at all. Like Atalanta were in like relegation battles before this guy came in. Like, and this guy came in. He's missed out on Europe like twice in like 9 years with Atalanta. So
yeah,
guys don't deep his look.
There's also a lot of lore around him, and to like the amount of players that like have become like that the Papu Gomez, the Iliciches, the Muriels, like everyone kind of says like look what
Evan Ferguson,
a lot of these players.
Hey Gio,
he made Coop Miners look good.
Hey Gio, didn't J-Mac say he was gonna get Mana, bro? Didn't you hear? Whatever happened to J-Mac? That ever developed, or were you gonna get Mana? Weren't you gonna get the Mana from Napoli?
Okay, first of all, that was a rumor. Okay. That was just a rumor.
Oh yeah, but you were flaunting around to like rage bait and mess with us, but it never happened, right?
So wait, hold on. You think just because I'm rage baiting with it, you think I believed it? You don't think I was?
Oh please, J-Mac. You said, "Oh, we're gonna pay him 3 times what you're paying him." I think you kind of did believe it, J-Mac. I think it did, J-Mac.
With the relationship or cause no. I was just going after you and Tony because it was funny. Okay. But no, Vic actually, my boy Vic made a good point. Our history at the Bentagori hasn't been good. But again, like I said, we have Mullen he hasn't been around to see all that spooky shit. So
all right, we have predictions here, guys. We got Verona 2-1. Wow.
Oh,
I mean, we have Rule of the X. Our boy Victor Nelson's there. He was with us last season.
Hey,
so he's
I think Forza Inter really has a little love for Roma, bro.
I'm saying
he hates us, and that's fine.
No, we want Kone. That's what it is. We want Kone. Anything possible to get Kone.
Yeah, bro. Hopefully he doesn't turn out like Lukman.
Like why? Like why would we sell him to Fortezzi for 20 when
that makes no sense?
Us 70.
That makes no sense, J-Mac.
Well, he's from.
You're right. You're right. It makes no sense.
Yeah. Why would we sell our best midfielder to a rival for a player that's not nearly as good plus 20 when we have a profit margin to make? When, like I said, PSG was talking about offering us 70 million for him, bro. Like Morata, I don't know, his eyes, they just, I don't know, man. Come on.
I think the deal is stupid, but I could see him potentially if the money was higher.
I mean, if it happens, it would be only because hospital patient's crazy. Only is if Kone wanted that move, because there were rumors that he was like, if a big offer comes, to take it. But you know how these journalists be saying shit. So
yeah.
I mean, if it was up to them, Svilar is already at Bayern Munich, and Ndika's at Barcelona already. We're cooked already. So
Okay, Jay, my final offer. I'll give you a Fertezi, Augusto, and a coupon to whatever, or a gift card to whatever place I want to go.
No boo.
If you remove Augusto, you got a deal.
If you
I'll
remove
take
him.
this one.
I was gonna say,
that's messed up. What do you think about that one, Nick?
you'll take
what
your
do I think
Zeki
about that
Chalk and
one?
you like it.
I mean, it doesn't make the sense of what he just said any more fucking true. But yeah, I mean, go off. You want Fertezi, who literally doesn't even know what sport he's playing, in 20 mil to apparently get Kone. So that's good. Good job,
I don't know why he keeps getting linked with us. We don't want him,
bro. This guy doesn't even know what sport he plays.
like when he was at Sassuolo, his agent was being a dick to us, and then like before he went to injury, he said something like, "Oh, I've always been a Lazio fan, actually." And it's just like, all right, bro.
Wow.
No, he didn't say that. No,
It's unrealistic.
I don't think. I think he loves.
Man, Gio, you got a shout out, Gio.
Huh?
You got a shout out here, Gio, man. They're saying you're taking it well, bro. You're a good sport, dog.
Good job,
Taking it
Gio.
well, dog. Good job, bro.
Gio. Good job.
Yeah, good job, bro.
Chill.
For real, bro.
Um,
Gio is taking it. He is taking. He has been a good sport, bro. But I must say that his inner self, though, bro. His inner soul is screaming. Isn't it, Gio? Isn't it, Gio? Isn't it?
Fucking
It's just
stupid. I need to up my game. No, I need to fucking downplay my fucking game. I need to downplay it to win. Fuck! I need to play fucking worse. Fuck, man.
That video is so good, bro.
Listen, bro, you got me, but it's funny, man.
Anyways,
That's funny.
guys, I'm so sorry. I got to cut. First of all, congratulations, Roma 3-1 win. Congratulations on
they're trying to jinx it.
No, I swear to God on my life. I believe it fully, wholeheartedly. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you passing by, Nick.
Amazing having you on the pod. Thank you to everyone in the chat, except for a certain man named Narazi. Everyone else, I hope you have a great night. All right, take care.
I'm gonna let you know about that movie, Nick. I'm gonna let you know about that movie.
Please, I can't stop thinking about it. Please let me know. All right, take it easy.
All right, brother.
Later, Nick.
Yeah, brother.
Later, bro.
All right, so let's move on to Napoli, guys. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Conte's leaving. It looks like he's gone. And Napoli seem to be searching for a new manager. Reports say that Italiano and ADL are pretty much at final stages.
Final stage, yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm not losing my mind over it. Like I said, anyone coming in after Conte, unless it's like a Pep or Simeone, is going to be a downgrade. Conte in his first season with us won us a Scudetto. Second season with 40 injuries, got us second place. 40 injuries were his fault, I say. I think him and Medical combined made an amazing team to have Napoli be broken more than half of the season. But overall, Conte took us out of 10th place and brought in some good players. Italiano, I'm excited about it. I am going to hold off until I see what happens if we sign him and, we have a good transfer market. There's a lot of players we need to sell, man, that were just bad signings. I have to hold off till August to even say that we're gonna compete for the title. I know for a fact Italiano is gonna bring more attractive football to my team. But the question remains: will he have us chasing titles? Will he have us contending? Will he have us going deeper into the Champions League? Those questions are up in the air still. So if Italiano is our coach, so be it. It could have been someone worse. It could have been like a Garcia, you know what I mean? Like we did when we won the Scudetto last time. But yeah, Napoli have to secure top 4. Napoli have secured top 4, but they have not secured second place yet. So we have to beat Udinese at home. That's pretty much it. That's what it comes down to. And then we send Conte off into the sunset. My question for you guys is, first, what do you, Matt, we're going to open it up with you. What do you think about Italiano going to Napoli if that is the manager that we're going to sign?
I mean, I certainly like the style of football and the approach. And I think it's tough. It's difficult to judge him fully with, Bologna being a team that are sellers predominantly. They're open for business when it comes to their top players. We've seen it, Bukama, Xerxes, Ndoye. Like, it's difficult to build a sustainable winning project and grow under Bologna. But I think, Coppa Italia, the brand of football is there. I think the one thing that I think benefits or you should feel good about is, I think if De Laurentiis is bringing in a guy like Italiano, I think he's always shown ambition as an owner that he wants to win. He's going to invest, with reason, of course. But the one other concern on that is, is Italiano the strong personality that he's going to go into the Napoli job and just be, hey, I'm happy I got the Napoli job. I'm not going to rustle any feathers. I'm not going to butt heads with De Laurentiis. I'm just going to do my job. Or is he going to step into that job and say, hey, like, you brought me in to do this. You want to build on this. I need this, this, and this. And I think I always have that sort of fear when certain ownership or certain teams go with the approach of like that type of like yes man manager, where are they going to hold management and ownership to a standard where it's like, hey, I need this, this, and this? Or is it going to be, hey, I'll just sit back, whoever you give me, I'll do the job with them? So that's kind of where I think I am at with Italiano. But the style of football speaks to he's grown as a manager, that you have, Milan linked with him, Napoli linked with him. And, I think, again, like he's deserving of that opportunity to move up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, man. Good take. What do you think? Let me see. Who am I going with? Gio, what do you think?
Well, I mean, it all depends on like who you. I mean, obviously with Italiano, it would be. I think it would be a good move, But again, ADL has to, and listen, if you saw Dom, like ADL have been wanting Italiano for a bit, I think they should go after him, bro. I mean, that's up to also, Italiano has done very well at Bologna. Won them their first cup in a long time.
Yeah.
So, I think if he goes to Napoli with the team that you guys already have established, because Conte, what he does is that once he wins usually that first Scudetto, he's already built that. And he also has experienced players that won the Scudetto with Spalletti. Mm-hmm. So Conte is usually the guy that would be like to bring the team like up again and stuff like that after what happened with you guys in that season, but also create that foundation.
I was looking at Conte's. There was a tweet about Conte's track record once he left.
Yeah,
the coach that came in, what they did, and they all won silverware.
Yeah.
Even the Spurs.
Yeah, it happened. It happens all the time with Conte. I mean, look, because in terms of that's why I say that Conte is a good in terms of building. Kind of like a building manager, because he gets also like the club in general to spend, money, because that's what he requires. He always wants the guarantees and stuff like that. So that's what Napoli did. They spent over 200 million, and listen, they got him players and stuff like that he wanted. Right? Maybe Conte didn't, win the Scudetto this season, but you still have that foundation going into next season with whoever coach you bring in that can compete on all fronts. Mm-hmm. And Italiano already have experience. That's why it would be a different scenario than like a Palladino, because Palladino, again, and I would say Italiano has went to European finals, right? The Conference League, right? You could say that. But with a Fiorentina side, and then he went to he just recently won the Coppa Italia with Bologna. So
yeah, I mean, he knows how to win in competitions, especially domestic competitions, and he doesn't do that bad in Europe, man. I mean, look what he did in the Europa.
just give him the squad that he needs. And listen, I mean, we all know how Italiano. I mean, now he's adapted his system.
Yeah.
You know, he knows how to adapt, and that's a coach that you would like to have for the future. And Italiano is that type of guy that has done that, and that's a good sign.
Just to add on to that, the difficult thing projecting with Napoli going forward is you mentioned the foundation, right, and the pillars in place, and you mentioned how they've been under multiple managers and have won trophies. It's difficult because you look at what Anguissa's future looks like, and then it's another. Lobotka is another year older. Lorenzo is another year older, and you start looking at like the players, and it's like, how long are you going to latch on to this? So I think this is going to be. It has to be a pivotal summer in the sense that.
Oh, they have to strengthen. They have to strengthen their core.
Yeah, you have to transition and say like, what is life after those cornerstone players? Preparing for that.
So to touch on base with that, Anguissa, I think he's gone. I think we're going to sell him to Saudi. Rightfully so. This injury that he sustained this season, he has not recovered, and I think the best of his years is behind him. Lobotka, I think, is a different story. I think Lobotka really got ran down to the ground by Conte. Yeah. I mean, he even came out and said it on a podcast, bro, like complaining almost low key. Lobotka, I think, under Italiano and sharing minutes with Billy Gilmore, which is a fast and crafty, kind of like Lobotka, but a little bit more attacking, takes the ball forward a lot more. I think if we keep Lobotka, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But Italiano's going to have to rotate because Billy's not going to be sitting on bench for another season behind Lobotka. So I think that would fix that issue there. But yeah, we have to make signings. We have to get rid of dead weight. You know, we have players coming back like Lang and Luca. We got to get rid of those.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, we're going to need a second striker. Now, I don't know. We got to see what Italiano, because he might want to keep some of these players that didn't work on the Conte because he has a different style. We won't see Højlund back to goal, hold up play. We're going to see more of an attacking Højlund, explosive, hitting the passing lanes, which I'm excited to see. But yeah, Matt, to your point, like I said, Italiano is the guy. It looks like he's the guy, but now we got to see what the project is. Like, what is Mana gonna do? Yeah. What is Mana Italiano gonna do? What are they gonna talk about? What's the plan? So it remains to be seen. I'm glad that, you know, knocking on wood, we're not gonna suffer another injury crisis because we suffered 2 under Conte. So I think Italiano is at least gonna alleviate that from us.
Yeah.
What do you think, J-Mac, about Italiano? What do you got?
Well, first off, after I give this, I'm gonna have to go. But
go ahead, bro.
So I agree with what Matt and Gio said. I think he'll be a good fit. I don't think it'll be a matter of needing patience because he already has a good relationship with ADL. You know, yeah. And I think he would do better than Conte as far as managing multiple competitions. I mean, he did that with Fiorentina, 2 consecutive Conference League finals, you know, Fiorentina. So I mean, he has better players than he had at Bologna. I mean, he doesn't have Bernardeschi up front anymore. So I could only see it being a success, you know. Yeah. As far as his experience, as far as his experience being good enough to possibly get like a Scudetto off the bat, we'll have to see. I mean, you guys have the squad for it, but it's just a matter of balancing everything. But
yeah,
I think it'll be a good in the long because he's, how old is he as well? He's
Who?
Italiano.
That's a good question.
Like late 40s.
Late 40s. Yeah. He's young.
Like
so, he is young. Yeah,
he's young. That's young.
Guys, you know,
he's also done some good things too. Like he's proven that he can, like operate under like a tight budget. And I'm hoping that De Laurentiis is not gonna like say, you know, hey, Spezia, Bologna days. Like I've seen what you've done with little investment and go cheap. You know, I'd like to see Napoli with the Italiano like set the tone if he is the coach like early, like hey, we're gonna get you fundamental pieces. What do you need? Like, let's build this the right way versus going cheap. Because it's you typically see that with certain new hires. Like, oh, it's a transitional year. We're not going to spend too much. We got to sell players, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's 48, by the way. He's not old. He's not that old at all.
Yeah.
J-Mac, this is not really a question, but it's kind of a joke. You know what I'm saying?
The funny thing is, he says that when brother literally, like, there's been multiple games where he didn't pass. He didn't actually
not even a normal sideways pass
or make up like that last game against Bosnia. Didn't he come on? Didn't he have like 0 passes and like 4 touches?
Yeah, man,
he's
like 20. Oh, yeah, he was just doing cardio.
He's like a hologram.
No, he's just homesick. I feel like if he goes back to home,
a goal threat. I see where he wants to go with this. He's a goal scoring threat.
He's just a goal scoring threat.
So I just want to bring this up. The biggest task is going to be Anguissa. Lobotka, we already have his replacement, Billy Gilmore, and I think he's going to cook under Italiano, bro. I'm very excited to see him actually start games, and he has all you guys know that Billy Gilmore plays on the national team with Scott McTominay, and they have a lot of chemistry together. So it's going to be very, very interesting seeing McTominay to his left. But replacing Anguissa is going to be a task.
Dom, and for everybody else, which player of the current roster do you think would benefit the most from having Italiano as the coach?
Let me think.
Or who do you think can improve the most? Do you think like a Vergara can take off under Italiano if he stays? Like,
I'd see,
bro. I think our wingers.
I think Alisson.
Yeah, I think our wingers, our new wingers, are all gonna cook on there. I think Alisson Santos, Vergara, and the Giovanni guy too. I think
maybe even Politano.
I would love Orsolini. I would love Orsolini to come. I would love Orsolini to come with Italiano to Napoli, and we could kick Politano out. That would be amazing. But yeah,
I think Højlund will blow. I think Højlund. I think Højlund will.
Did he coach Dusan Vlahovic and Fiorentina? You guys remember?
I believe so. Yeah.
I think Italiano with strikers.
Yeah.
In terms of his system, it works really, really well with him, and I think Højlund will score tons of goals under Italiano, especially with the wingers and stuff like that. With the style that he plays, they will cook. They will cook.
I mean, like, look at what's his face? I think his name is Santiago Castro.
Yeah.
Baller.
Dom, tell me this though, Dom.
I gotta go, guys.
Take care, J-Mac.
All right, J-Mac.
Always a pleasure. Nice to meet you, Matt. Y'all have a good night.
Man.
Take care, bro. What are you gonna say, Hoya?
Is the Sarri train gone or is it still up in there?
What was that?
Mauricio Sarri, is he still on the table to come to
Atalanta?
No,
he's final stages for Atalanta.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you really, I think you
that's going to be exciting, man. That's an exciting move. If they do it right, and you like, I could see that really working.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
This is a good shout out too. Buongiorno, Matt. Forza Inter says Buongiorno would be, and I agree with him. Italiano does very well with center backs. Remember, we got Bucama as well. So, Ramani, I don't know. Ramani's good. He's solid, but I don't know. I don't know how he would do in the Italiano. What do you got, Hoyan, for the player that would improve the most on the Italiano Napoli player?
I think Rasmus Højlund. I think if I go back to the way he was able, to help out Vlahovic break out that year, and he really loves to have that attack minded, so he probably will find ways to get him in better scoring positions. And
Xerxes, by the way, you made Xerxes get like 15 goals in a season, I believe.
That is true. I forgot about that too. Yeah, so he does find a way to get his center forwards in good positions. The only thing, my thing is this though. I think in order to give Italiano the best chance to succeed in Napoli, and I said this last time, is ADL needs to do what he's been doing for Conte and just stay in the background. Don't try to mingle. Don't try to take the spotlight. Don't do that. Just let this guy. And that's one thing I'm scared is. I feel like ADL needs those big personalities to actually stay in check. And maybe he turned a new leaf and mature to that point. But just keep doing what you did for Conte for Italiano, and then that will give you the. I'm not gonna say he's gonna succeed, but I think that'll give you the best chance to do that. But once you start interfering, I think that's when issues come up.
I agree.
Yeah, no, you hit it on point with that. ADL's personality is definitely gonna be key because, with Conte, he took the back seat, and he's done it with big managers. When we signed Ancelotti, he did the same thing. He just took a seat back. But then Gattuso, Spalletti came in, and he got a little bit more involved. And if we see ADL talking to the press again, then you already know it's gonna be bad. If you put a mic in front of this guy's face after a game or before a game or midweek, it don't matter, and he's talking about anything else but Hollywood films, it's gonna be bad. So that's when we'll see what is ADL gonna do. Yeah, so that's all I got. Asir, do you have any most improved player under Napoli?
I'm not sure if it's like improved, but I think Alisson will be on a whole different level because I think he done well with it's because he done well with Jonathan Rowe. He took him from like a good championship winger from like Norwich and then turned him into one of the gems of Serie A. So I think Alisson will like raise up his game a lot specifically, but your other wingers, you could say the same, but I think Alisson has most chance of doing that. So,
Roger. All right, guys, let's move into our last topic, which is going to be Atalanta. Asir, try to make it as a little bit as quick as possible, brother, because we are pressing on time. So go through your, congrats. You looks like you guys are landing Sarri. Going locked into the conference league with Sarri. So go ahead and open that up.
Yeah, you said something along the lines of also the conference league wouldn't be able to get him over Napoli.
Yeah.
That aged a bit well.
You got that W, bro. Enjoy that trophy, bro.
Hey, we're gonna get one next season, hopefully.
Oh, you heard it? You heard that?
Yeah.
You winning what? You win the conference league?
Yeah.
Okay. On the Sarri.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Anyways, first of all, we're in the conference league because I forgot to talk about it. I mean, there's not much to talk about from the game last week. Like 1-0 loss. We just needed to not lose by 3 goals to get conference league, and 1-0 was enough. So yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the game. Anyways, Sarri is pretty much confirmed, especially today by Nicolo Schira, who's a top news outlet, and we're in the final stages for Sarri. And I'm glad he chose us over Napoli in them, but we need to have a plan for him, Like he's a 4-back manager, and as we said like last week, I believe last Thursday, we usually deal with 3 at the back. So we have to find a way to find this system with our players and give him a proper window and see how he's gonna plan things out, And as for Palladino, I heard he's going Lazio, so he ain't getting freed, but. Anyways, I think I said last week Sarri is he's an upgrade on Palladino in my opinion, but there's not much of a difference. But Sarri is more like proven. He's won at Chelsea and Juventus. He took Lazio to a cup final, and I think he'll do well with the team we got. But he needs a good window. He needs to get trusted with transfers by Giuntoli, who done well to secure Sarri this early before the final game of the season even. And we just need a good window, and I think this will be a good appointment.
Yeah, I think with I think because he's been so outspoken and vocal, it seems like every week at Lazio, I think the biggest benefit like immediately will be the fact that I think institutionally, like Atalanta are ran extremely well, and I think they'll put him in there and they'll work with him versus trying to kind of like steer him in a way where it's like I think him going to Lazio, it's like okay, they're not going to invest, they're not going to get him what he needs, which is obviously something that every manager, is if they're trying to build their own identity and team, like you need to be the work with your manager and get him what he needs, and they couldn't. So I think Atalanta are savvy enough on the market, and I think they'll actually get him the right pieces to make that transition, which is interesting. It's going to be weird seeing like a 4-man backline at Atalanta where really all we've known for a decade has been the wing backs and the inverted runs and the 3-man backline.
Yeah, and also Ederson, he's apparently going to Man United for about 50 million. Yeah. And that's another thing. We need to use the money we get from player sales wisely into like replacements, other positions we need help with, like right back, for example. Like Palestra's not gonna be playing every game. Zappacosta is ancient, and we just need to use that money wisely, and hopefully we do. So.
I think it's going to be an interesting pairing again to see Giuntoli and Sarri back at it. My experience with them too is Sarri's I don't know how he is now, but when he was with Napoli, very, very picky and very selective with who he started. Giuntoli and ADL would provide him with players, and a lot of these players he never utilized, and he rocked with the same starting 11 for the Coppa Italia, the Champions League, and the league. So Giuntoli as a sporting director, Juventus fans could say this as well. Good hits, a lot of misses. So what's going to happen with that? I don't know. But I don't think this is a setback for Atalanta. Will remains to be seen if it's a boost. I don't understand why they let Palladino go to begin with.
In my opinion, that's like, but it's confusing because the outlines is basically going through a season review, and he saved our season pretty much. We were in like 13th at one point when after we lost his first game against Napoli.
It took you far into the Champions League too. He took you the furthest into the Champions League than any other Italian team. So I don't understand why you guys let him go.
Yeah, we went to the Coppa Italia semifinal. We secured Europe from.
I don't understand why they did that.
Yeah, it'll remain like a mystery, but all I can do is all I can do is thank him for what he's done, and hopefully he has a good career, improves per Cassiron, I guess, because his last game is ironically against his old club in Florence. So we done him dirty, considering he saved our season, but it is what it is, I guess. Like,
all right, let's jump into Fiorentina versus Atalanta. Let's jump into prediction, guys. It's the last game of the season for them as well. Obviously, Fiorentina's on a little hot streak, right? They beat Juventus at home. They're gonna pull another upset for Atalanta. Basically, I don't think both of these teams aren't playing for anything, right?
Yeah, this game's irrelevant. We have a horrible record in Florence. We have like 2 wins there since 2011. So that is horrific. And I've seen our squad for this game. It's tomorrow. We have a lot of youth players.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys play tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. I didn't know. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways, there's a lot of youth players in this squad, so I think they'll get the chance. So,
all right. What's your prediction?
1-0 loss.
All right, 1-0. What you got, Gio?
Draw 1-1.
1-1. Matt.
That's what I was going to say. 1-1.
1-1. All right. Hoya.
Yeah, just because they beat Juve, I'm happy for them. I need them to keep doing it for 2-1.
Give him a pity win for saving Italy.
All right, so guys, last quick round. This is the quick round, real quick. We did it for the last episode for the panel, so we're gonna do it.
Yep.
We did it with Stefano, so we're gonna do it with Matt. Let's do. How is the season gonna end, guys? What's your top 6? Matt, I'm gonna let you go first. Obviously, Inter's already a lock. Everyone else besides that are open to switch around. So what do you guys?
I'm gonna go. Napoli's gonna secure second. Milan third. Roma 4th. Juve 5th, and then 6th. I'm gonna go Como.
Okay. All right. Impressive. Gio, you already gave yours that day. Asa, you already gave yours as well.
Yep.
Hoyan, what do you got? Top 6.
Yeah, I'm about to shake this table up, bro. All right. Inter and Napoli stay the same. Milan stay the same. But that 4th spot, I'm going to move the old lady in there. Juve goes 4th, then Roma, then Como.
Such a jinx for this guy, bro. This guy is just trying to.
Juve is back! What the
This guy predicted Juventus to lose. No, did you predict Juventus to win?
I think I did.
Yeah, he did.
Phantom penalty shit.
Yeah, last minute 95th penalty.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The wire.
What's that saying?
You guys working on jinx, bro.
How you say, Gio? That's what we're gonna do.
You're wild, brother. You're wild. Well, man.
I'm telling you, listen, man. FIGC is like in the background. They're trying to figure out what coat ref.
Don't try to.
They're trying to figure out what
putting it on us now, all right, bro? Listen. We all know. I know what you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do, Hoyan. You know, you're just trying to cover up the, the inevitable.
I'm telling you, I don't know what
you're covering it up, bro. All right, this is gonna happen. I can't wait to see this, bro. One day, bro. Can't wait. Woo.
Hey, Gio, if we come back here on Monday and Juve are in the top 4, I want a full apology from you right there.
Okay. Hey, listen, man. Hey, listen. Cool. I mean, listen. An Inter fan believing in Juve. Hey, I like that. I like the sound of that, bro. You know, it's okay.
No. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe in you, right? I just know
I know you did. Well, I know you're doing the jinx. I know what you're doing.
No, there's no jinx. Listen, I'm not getting anything from this. At the end of the day, if you don't make it, it's cool. It was a hate watch, successful. But I know when it comes to the Italian league, I've watched it long enough. They have something. They're writing the script. This is started. They're figuring out who to put in the VAR room, who's gonna get locked up in a locker room. You know, they're figuring this up, bro.
Here we go, bro.
Something's up, bro. I'm sorry. Do you know how bad it would be if you missed the top 4 financially speaking?
Of course.
But bro, listen, if they had a script for that, they wouldn't have called those 2 offside calls versus Fiorentina.
It's part of the script, though. It's a movie. How many movies have you watched, Don, where the hero gets beat up left, right, and then finally at the end he succeeds? It's part of the movie, bro.
Final day.
All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. My guys, Matt, thank you for coming out, bro. You're a amazing guest, bro. I appreciate you coming out and staying up here with us, bro. But yeah, Gio.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, Matt, appreciate you coming on, man, and sticking with us, bro. I know it's a little bit, but big up, bro. Big up, man.
No, I had to mentally lock in as soon as I asked Dom what time they run and how long. I was just like,
Nick Tex. That's what.
Yeah, no, but I appreciate you, man. Of course, big up to, of course, everybody on the panel. Big up to people in the chat as well, man. Of course, make sure subscribe. You guys already know what to do. Make sure to go also subscribe to that Milan podcast and go follow Matt's socials in the description below, and also the clap feature later on as well. I'll send that.
Ole.
And, yeah, man. Big
finale. How you say?
Oh no. Oh my god, bro. Oh my gosh. But yeah, big up to everybody, man. I like that. That's That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. Hey,
But,
congrats to the dark side, bro. Congrats to the dark side. You guys did it. Congrats on your double, bro. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, but yeah, big up to everybody, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one, guys. See you
Ciao,
soon.
ciao.
Ciao.